Table here at Riverview tonight.
That is former Yellow Jacket football player Blake Baker.
Yeah,
assistant football coach here at Riverview.
And that's a three-point basket by Reese McDonald. So she's got all 5 points for the Yellow Jackets here early, and got the girls in front. Oh yeah, Blake, we had a good time with him. He was on some good Yellow Jacket football teams, and certainly enjoyed calling his games. I think graduated from Arkansas Tech, and maybe even I want to say maybe he went to Hawaii for a year or two to coach or something after school, but now he's back close to home. He is dressed in purple and gray tonight instead of a familiar black and gold. So
let that slide. He probably needs that paycheck, so we won't get on him. Yeah, he spent a couple of years or more in Hawaii, and then has come back to the States, and he's at Riverview, not far from home, here in Searcy. So
you might stop by the downtown tomorrow in Clinton, pick up some sweets on the shop. But you go down to across from Shane's Barber Shop and stop into his family's business there, and they can fix you up maybe just before Christmas on some Christmas presents, and tell them you heard about Blake tonight. Well, Raiders going to throw the ball away. Yellow Jackets will have it at midcourt. It's a 5-2 lead, just over 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Already 3 turnovers for Riverview. We haven't played quite 3 minutes, and that's what the Yellow Jackets were hoping for.
Good ball movement. McDonald's going to drive, step up just in front of the behind the free throw line. Shot won't go. Rebound is going to go out of bounds, and I think it'll belong to the Raiders. Inbound the ball down the court. Riverview now they'll pull up defense back. Three-point attempt from the corner won't go. A little bit long. Rebound. McDonald chases down the corner, quickly up to McJunkins. She gets across midcourt, defense back. She's going to drive the lane from the left side, slide through 2 defenders, and scored. Boy, McJunkins, she's so good with that left hand on the left side. She makes that look easy. 7-2 lead. Booher's going to knock it out of bounds in front of the Yellow Jacket bench, force the Raiders to set up.
Last couple of press possessions, the Yellow Jackets allowed that front line to allow them to catch the ball over their head. You want to at least make them catch it in front of you, then you can go trap. They get behind you, it's off and running.
Tossed inside, high post defense there, back out. 3-point attempt from the right corner, short off the rim. Long rebound, though, recovered. Inside from the post, shot off the glass too hard. Tipped away, McJunkins has it. Defender on her left tip, she's going to drive, take it into the lane, bounce pass, Booher to the glass, and good. Alexa Booher, 9-2, the Yellow Jacket lead. Just under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Quickly going the other way, and Stolzfus knocks it away. Booher, long pass up the floor to McDonald. Defenders there, she'll toss it up high to McJunkins. Her pass going to be knocked out of bounds, I believe, and it'll belong to Riverview.
First turnover of the night for Clinton. We played 4.5 minutes. Riverview's going to take a 30-second timeout.
Let's go ahead and take our first break of the evening. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Steal on the press defense, shot by McDonald. Three-pointer won't go. Now Raiders going the other way. Going to drive the lane hard in Stolzfus, and Haven's going to be whistled for a blocking foul.
Probably was a charge, but it was not your traditional charge where you get lined up square between the shoulders and get run over. She was definitely sitting in a defensive position, but the offensive player hit her in the shoulder area, so it looks like a blocking foul. But I'm not sure. I don't think The only thing that Haven moves is when she got knocked down.
Raiders inbound the ball. They'll toss it back outside, back up a little bit, set their offense. McJunkins comes out to apply pressure. Clinton in the zone with Booher and McJunkins at the top. Three-point attempt. It won't go. Long rebound. Out of bounds. It belongs to Clinton. So the Lady Yellow Jackets coming off that first loss against a very good Greers Ferry West Side team on Tuesday night. You said they led by as many as 15. Biggest lead of the ball game in the third. And then the Lady Eagles, again, very good. They came back and overcame that, got on top. Clinton couldn't catch up at the end. Three-point shot by Booher is good. 12-2, the second three-pointer of the night. Booher has one. McDonald has one. Matter of fact, Reese McDonald, I think I got a report the next day that folks have been talking to her grandmother, to Wanda Owens, and she was listening to us on the radio, not traveling to the away game. And so we kind of going to see how the girls kind of respond. Their first loss of the season. Again, from a broadcast stand of view, they played a good team that beat them at home. So it's not that bad a loss. Certainly some things Coach Matthew Post could teach from and learn from it, and how to prepare for that and what to do when they're in those situations in a tight ball game. But I think Ms. Wanda said Reese doesn't like to lose, and so that may not be much consolation to tell the girls, hey, you got beat by a good team on a good night. Don't feel bad about it. They didn't want to lose that first game of the season. Free throw up and good, 12-4, Clinton in front.
Yeah, Lady Yellow Jackets had a 15-point lead in that one. That's a good learning experience as far as, having to, on the road, maybe working the clock some different aspects that they can use later in the season. And you knew Greers Ferry was going to at least make another run with Gentry and Sutterfield, those two great players.
McJunkins three, in and out. It won't go. We've got one of our unique broadcast positions. We may have this a time or two during the year where we're seated behind the basket. We're up high. We can look down at the floor, so we got a good vantage point. Now we got to lean over a little bit. I can't see the baseline behind the basket from where we are, but so we're looking down the floor instead of from the side. Shot up won't go. Booher's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. And but as a matter of fact, if you're watching the live stream tonight, Huey Morin's our video engineer, and he's running the camera tonight. It's a little bit different look as he's also from the end zone, we'll call it here, looking down the floor in tight and then down to the far end. Glad to have that for you tonight. If your folks, if you're not on there already, but you've got some folks or family members around town or around the country, maybe even around the world, all you got to do is go to the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page, and you can watch and listen to the broadcast tonight on the live stream anywhere around the world. So that's on your phone, that's on your tablet, that's on your computer, that's on your smart TV. If you got an internet signal, you can watch the ball game tonight, courtesy of Cowboy Dodge and First Arkansas Bank and Trust. 13-4, just under 2 minutes in the opening quarter. Raiders with a shot, won't go, out of bounds. No, they'll toss it back in, get to McJunkins, push up the floor. McDonald, defender there. Force her to stop, kick back to Stolzfus. Her three from the left side. It won't go. Rebound battle for it. Standridge and the Raiders, they'll tie up. Alternate position to Riverview.
Jackets hit 5 of the first 11 shots. Riverview 1 of 8. Jackets lead 13-4.
And a reach-in foul, I think, going to be called on the Yellow Jackets as the ball might have got loose or about to. No, they're going to call them the Raiders.
Oh. I never would have guessed that one.
I don't know if she had
Coach Quattlebaum didn't guess that one either.
I don't know if she had control of the ball or not. As the pass went down the floor, and then both a Raider and a Yellow Jacket going for the ball. If she had control, well, like you said, it maybe did look a foul on the Yellow Jackets, but a run-in shot in the lane by McJunkins won't go. Still 13-4, just over a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Clinton has yet to substitute in the ball game. Still got the same 5 that started the contest. Ball's loose in the lane. McDonald up to Booher. She's ahead of the pack. She'll drive from the right side, off the glass, good. 15-4.
8 points for Alexa already here in the first quarter.
And that'll force Riverview to take another timeout.
Good to see with Kylie Lassiter out. The guards now are kind of stepping up with a little bit less post play with her out of the game tonight. We've already seen 8 points for Booher, and Reese McDonald already has 5
mm-hmm.
and Lacey Bell has 2. So all the points right now are coming from the post play, or from the guards. That's a good sign Yellow Jackets have already forced 6 turnovers. We still got a minute left in the first quarter. That's also a good sign when you're coming into the game. You were hoping to force Riverview into a tempo they did not want to play in, and so far they have, and the Yellow Jackets have responded by shooting the ball well and forcing Riverview to turn the ball over. I mentioned Jeremiah Quattlebaum. He played on those Pangburn teams in the early 2000s. One of them went to the state finals, coached by Clinton native Scott Willock. And he wanted to become a coach. I think he's been to Melbourne, McCrory, White County Central, and now here at Riverview.
Quickly down the floor, Raiders bounce pass across the lane. Well, they do push the tempo a little bit, the Raiders, but often they get it in the lane, kind of lose control of it, or maybe miss a shot.
Kayla Baker would fit well on our team. I think she could play at this tempo. It's the other 4 Raiders that do not want to play at this up-tempo pace.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Keep it with Riverview with 44 seconds remaining. Pass inside to the post. Nice pass. Count the bucket and the foul. I think Stolzfus whistled for the foul. It'll be a chance at a traditional 3-point play for the Raiders.
Yadira Nunez with the basket for Riverview.
And now the first substitution of the ball game for the Yellow Jackets. Stolzfus out with her second personal foul. Katie McJunkins into the ball game, joins her sister. Nunez misses the free throw. Rebound by Lacey Bell McJunkins. She's going to keep it herself down the floor. Tosses it up to Boo Her under the basket. Defense there. Tries to toss it back to a teammate, and it's picked off. 30 seconds.
Yeah, she got a little too deep on that fast break. Got behind the backboard. All you could do is try to save it, and Riverview picks it up. You don't want to get deeper than the blocks. You're running those fast breaks unless the pass leads you there.
Pass inside to Nunez, but before she can score the basket, was it 3 seconds in the lane or a foul?
Rare 3 seconds lane. That's probably the first one we've seen this year, I think.
And it'll keep 2 points off the board for Riverview. So
that call has kind of gone the way of the dinosaur in the last few years. You don't see it very often.
Reese McDonald inside, draws the defenders, drew a double or triple team, and she's able to dump it off to Sydney Standridge, who gets her first 2 points of the ball game. Good assist. The first quarter has come to an end. The Lady Yellow Jackets out in front, 17-6, here from Riverview. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back, the professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Tonight's exciting Yellow Jacket basketball action is brought to you in part by these fine Yellow Jacket boosters. By Clinton Stockyards, American Home Pharmacy, Regions Bank of Clinton, by Dr. Miles Hill in the Van Buren County Veterinary Clinic, by Kennedy Abstract, and by Johnny's Automotive. These fine Yellow Jacket boosters bring you tonight's game.
And a good first quarter by the Lady Yellow Jackets here on the road at Riverview, 17-6.
Jackets 6 of 13 shooting in that first quarter, just under 50%. Riverview 2 of 8 for 25% in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets lead 17-6.
And good job, dribble inside, dump it off to Standridge. And shot, this one won't go in. Rebound by Riverview. Again, Riverview's got some size inside, and they'll challenge Sydney when she gets in. Tries to get that shot off. Rebound now. We're coming the other way. McDonald at us and knocked away from behind. Riverview recovers. Going to race down the floor, down the right side. McDonald on the hip, kind of running together. And the official's going to call a foul out on the floor before the players made it to the lane. That's the first foul on the sophomore, Reese McDonald.
Not a bad foul there. Stop the layup. Still not in a 1-and-1. Riverview has to inbounds into their own basket.
14 fouls on the Yellow Jacket, 3 on the Raiders. A lot of Yellow Jacket fans here tonight in the stands over to our left. Again, they're mixed in with the home fans tonight, too, on a large floor-to-ceiling seating area here at Riverview. But I see gold mixed in the crowd. Toss it up high to the post, knocked away. And they'll call a foul on the Raiders. It belongs to the Yellow Jackets. Searcy's a good trip maybe on the week before Christmas. I don't know if folks got to leave early, do a little shopping or eat out tonight, but a lot you can do in Searcy when you're out and about. So,
yeah, new mall over here on BB Caps has about a half dozen stores as they keep adding on to it. And, of course, the retail corridor along Race Street. And it's worth coming to Searcy to see the Harding lights. The campus is lit up with thousands of lights. They love for people to come over and walk through the campus. They hang them from the trees. It almost looks like it's snowing. They're hanging straight down.
And the girls battling in front of the Riverview bench. Lacey Bell McJunkin's going to draw a foul, the team's fifth. That'll be her first. 17-6 still the score, 6:48 in the second quarter.
Fourth turnover for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Riverview has 8. The pace has kind of slowed down a little bit.
McJunkins ends up with the ball on the floor. They'll reach in, tie up, alternate possession, keep it with Riverview.
Kinley Keith into the game for the Yellow Jackets.
Kinley in, boo her out. As you said earlier, Alexa still the leading scorer in the ball game with 8 points, the junior.
Yellow Jackets in the zone. Baker way out near the timeline.
Drive on the shot, foul called. Riverview to the free throw line. So what, 4 sophomores on the floor now for the Yellow Jackets? Is that right?
4 sophomores and a senior.
Katie McJunkins, Reese McDonald, Kinley Keith, Sydney Standridge to go along with the senior Lacey Bell McJunkins. Boy, you like that if you're a coach and think you're going to have a good run for the next 3 years when you got that many sophomores that you can put out on the floor.
Hey, the 7th grade girls put another whipping on somebody last night. Greenbrier, I think they're 4 or 5-0 now. 7th grade girls.
Shot up won't go. 1 for 2 at the line for the Raiders. 17-7. Rebound now in for the Yellow Jackets.
Ashley James in for the Yellow Jackets. Good to see her backing into the lineup.
Reese McDonald for 3 from the outside is good. Her second 3-point field goal of the night, her 8th point, and that puts the Yellow Jackets up 20-7.
Well, Reese's outside shooting is getting better and better all the time. She already had the inside game slash into the basket. Now she's really starting to shoot that outside jumper.
A 13-point lead. Defensive pressure, the press, they get down the floor. They'll get you out behind the 3-point line as well. Shot up won't go. Rebound put back misses. A third shot inside. This one will drop through, and the foul, a chance at a 3-point play for the Raiders. Makes the score 20-9. And let's see if that foul goes against, may go against McDonald. Reese will come out of the ballgame with her second personal foul, the team's 7th.
Jonna Nicholson to the line. Her and Nunez, they both go about 5'10" or more. I think it's big size in there. Now Nunez goes over the back.
Alexa Booher came into the ball game for Reese McDonald. Lacey Bell from the right side. 3-point basket, good. 23-9. Is that the fourth pointer made tonight?
Basket of the night for Clinton.
Ball gets loose. Press defense. A big pile up right below our broadcast position. They'll get tied up, and it'll be alternate possession to Riverview. I got to untangle that one.
Got to get Alexa off the bottom there. There's about 4 players on top of her.
Haven Stolzfus returns. Lacey Bell McJunkins gets a breather. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Raiders will get it across, but the ball comes loose, and Stolzfus has it. Defenders in front of her, over the top. It's Keith, excuse me. Her shot won't go, and then the ball's knocked out of bounds by Riverview.
Jackets inbounds under their own basket. See what they draw up here, Coach Post.
Inbound the ball, worked around. Katie McJunkins at the top of the key. Her left-hander's good for three. 26-9, the fifth three-pointer, and the fourth player to knock down a three for the Yellow Jackets.
And the Jackets have 9 points in the second quarter, all from the three-point line. I believe Riverview just got caught for the push-off. That'll be the 10th turnover for Riverview. Couldn't get the ball inbounds, and was that number 4? She just shoved Haven Stolzfus out of the way to get open. It worked, but everybody else saw it.
Inbound the ball to Stolzfus. Her three. It won't go off the rim. She's fouled in the act of shooting. That was almost an opportunity to be a 4-point play. Basket didn't go. Now she'll shoot 3 free throws, the senior Haven Stolzfus.
Jackets 1 of 4 at the line tonight.
I don't know, trying to think back here in our 14th season of broadcasting Yellow Jacket basketball and football. I don't know, Stolzfus is the third in line of the Stolzfus sisters that we've called through the years. I don't know if we've had another, trying to think of another family line. Maybe if you mix in some brothers and sisters, but three of Stolzfus we've called through the years, and now she's a senior.
Riverview cut the lead down to 11, but now the Yellow Jackets have exploded out here to a 19-point lead.
Did she go 2 for 3 or 1 for 3?
2 for 2.
2 for 2. Okay.
Yep.
She only shot 2 on that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. 28-9, and the Raiders turn it over. 4:41 in the second quarter.
Zone defense by Riverview. Yellow Jackets pretty much pass at will along the perimeter. As I said, the last round, a little bit different inside game tonight. You'd probably maybe looking to get her in that open spot near the free throw line, but right now the Jackets are using the perimeter.
Try to dump it inside to James. She does recover the basketball, but forced to toss it back out as the defense is there, quickly whipping the ball around from side to side. And
yeah, good ball movement. That's what you want to do against the zone. Make it shift and then get into a gap.
Her breaks inside, takes the pass, tosses it back out. So she tries to drive, not there.
Really disciplined possession. You got to be impressed with Lady Jackets.
Raiders making them work. McJunkins open for a three. It's up and in. Well, there's the zone buster. Give her enough room. She knocks it down. Her second three-point field goal of the night, 31-9.
That was a good offensive possession. They waited until they finally got something, stayed patient, and Katie knocks down that three.
The one thing we've noticed this year, not just tonight, but every game, one thing that the Lady Jacks don't do is they don't hold the ball. They never get stuck with the ball. They never get trapped. They never get defenders. They make such quick decisions, whether it's the dribble, whether it's the pass, whether it's finding an open player, now in the weave. They just don't hesitate. And when they get a chance to go to the basket or put up a three like McDonald there, that one didn't go. But they just don't. They don't hesitate. They don't hold the ball.
That makes it tough on defenses, too. If you're playing a zone defense, you love for teams to pass and hold it. You can do your little shifts and play defense. But when that ball's constantly on the move, tough to play defense.
2 points for the Raiders, 31-11, 2:50 remain in the second quarter. Quickly down the floor.
Nunez, her second basket of the night for Riverview. Jackets, though, as we said all year, other team scores, they push it right back on them, and they got back down the floor quicker than Riverview, and they had to end up fouling Haven, and she'll head to the free throw line. Well, she just made 2 moments ago.
Misses the first. She'll have a second. In and out. It won't go. Raiders with a rebound. Clinton with a 20-point lead, 31-11, 2:40 in the second quarter. Jumper from the outside, about a 15-footer, won't go. McDonald with a rebound on the run, 2-on-2. Right side to Booher, bounce pass across lane to McDonald. Pulls up, can't get the shot to go. Toss it back outside. James, the trailer, in the lane, and her two-pointer is good.
Katie saved that for going out of bounds right to Ashley James, and Ashley knocked down about a 10-footer, and she is on the board.
So how many Yellow Jackets to score thus far tonight? With James getting on the board. Is that the sixth? Seventh? Sixth.
Seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 6. Yep, you're right. It's not bad. Like we said, we got several players out tonight, including Kylie Laster. So another turnover by Riverview. They now have 13.
James out. Sydney Standridge returns. McDonald on the weave, but she'll pull up, stop, shoot a three. It won't go. Ball's loose out. Stolzfus going to try to chase it down. It's knocked into the backcourt. She'll recover it there. Back up the floor. McDonald, Standridge in the lane, in traffic. Around 3 defenders. Can't get the shot to drop. McJunkins goes for the rebound. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Keep it with the Yellow Jackets from the baseline, just below our broadcast position. Inbound to McDonald. Quick three from the corner. Won't go. Offside rebound. Out of bounds. Off the hands of the Raiders. We say they're Raiders. Their mascot is the Pirate. Three-pointer by McJunkins. This one won't go. Strandage chases down the rebound. Now the ball comes loose, and Riverview ends up with it.
If we have time during the night, we'll talk about what schools created Riverview and how they came up with the Raider mascot.
And on the drive, blocking foul called on Standridge. Will they count the basket? An opportunity for a three-point play. Let's see. There's the call. I think they will count the basket. Is that, well, still 35-11 on the scoreboard. They're going to give her one free throw or two.
Yeah, going to count the basket. Maddie Gifford into that for the first time.
Speaking of Riverview, we'll just have to do a teaser and see if folks know the trivia question. I guess if you could trace back the line that is now Riverview Schools, one of the famous basketball coaches in Arkansas high school history that's close to home for Van Buren County and for my family and for your family, I guess would be part of this line. We'll have to let folks have to think about that and figure out who that is.
I bet him and the wife are probably watching tonight, so I was going to pick out some of these old family names from here that he would recognize. Michaela Baker with the basket. That is one of those old family names from Kensett.
Free throw won't go, and there's a foul on the rebound. Now, somebody's clearing out there, and it goes against the Raiders. Back to the Yellow Jacks, leading 34-13 with a minute 17 to go.
Yeah, 1-1 now. We'll walk the length of the floor. Actually, 2 shots, double bonus, and Haven heads the line. This will be her 5th and 6th free throws of the first half. Yellow Jackets, if they've one thing they haven't done well so far tonight, if you just pick out one thing, they're 3 out of 8 from the free throw line.
Haven's free throw off the back of the rim, rebound to the Raiders. Just over a minute remaining here in the first half. Three-point attempt from the left side. Basket, good. 3 points for the Raiders, 34-16. And that'll draw a cheer from the home crowd. Quickly the other way. Stolzfus' shot won't go. They'll try to peel it off, block it from behind, foul called. And that's kind of what you said earlier. A team makes a three, then Clinton gets the ball up the court so quick, they don't even give you time to think about it. And Stolzfus is going to be fouled as she got the shot off.
Yeah, just push it back down the floor. Catch people celebrating or loafing back down the floor. Most people don't expect it to come right back at them, but the Yellow Jackets do it. You know, Yellow Jackets, the last time Haven was the line, I think it was the 10th team foul. They only gave her one free throw. I think they may have shorted us one, but she gets them both here.
36-16, under a minute to play in the second quarter, and the Raiders going to throw it away.
19 turnovers now for Riverview. Only 4 for Lady Yellow Jackets. That's a good night when you're pressing and running all the time.
You get a really good look at looking at that weave for the Yellow Jackets behind the three-point line when we're up in the end zone looking down at the floor. McDonald's three just a bit short, off the rim, won't go. Gifford inside battling for the rebound. And foul going to be called on Riverview, and that'll send the sophomore Maddie Gifford to the free throw line with 34 seconds remaining in the first half.
I'm not sure if Dad's here or not. Casey's here, if he's watching tonight. Maddie's heading to the free throw line to shoot a couple here.
And the first one won't go. I don't know if there's much give on these rims, as we're not too far away. We're sitting above the basket that she's shooting on, and the ball's bouncing off there pretty hard if it doesn't drop through. But this one will drop in. 37-16. Gifford becomes the, seventh player to score tonight. Another sophomore for Coach Matthew Post and the Lady Yellow Jackets. Quickly down the floor. Knocked loose. Reese McDonald has it. 24 seconds across midcourt. Gets by one defender, and a reach-in foul going to be called as they try to poke it away. And that'll send Reese to the free throw line for the two-shot double bonus.
This will be Reese's first free throws of the night. She already has 8 points to go along with those.
See if she can get into double figures again. We may have to check the scorebook here at through the Christmas break. I don't know. She might be leading the Yellow Jackets in most games in double figures. I don't know. She scores well.
Her outside shooting is just improving all the time.
And there's her 10th point, 39-16. Lacey Bell-McJunkins, good scoring games, and Lacey right on cue. She's on the steal from the defense, scores off the glass, 41-16. McDonald with a steal, back to Oh, look at that. 4 girls touched the ball. They couldn't get it at the end, but on the steal, 3 passes and a shot inside at the buzzer. It won't go, and Clinton pushes out that lead in the second quarter, 41-16 over the Riverview Raiders on the road. We'll take a break. Back to the station. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Careers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reagan Gallagher, a board-certified neurosurgeon with the Conway Regional Neuroscience Center. If you are experiencing pain in your neck, your arms, your back, or your legs, or you have weakness with prolonged standing or walking, we can help you find the cause. At our Neuroscience Center, we have a comprehensive spine clinic to help you take control of these problems. For more information, visit our website at conwayregional.org or call 501-932-0352. You can always talk with your primary care physician about a referral to Conway Regional Neuroscience Center. We look forward to helping you improve the quality of your life.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back, the professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price, whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive. The team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
And halftime here from Riverview. The Lady Yellow Jackets leading 41-16 over the Raiders here in a conference game. The final contest before the Christmas break. In years past, a Christmas break was a time around Arkansas and the Arkansas Activities Association where you'd play a Christmas tournament or a three-game, guaranteed three-game type tournament with some schools. But this year, due to the COVID precautions, no in-season tournaments and I guess nothing going on over the Christmas break. I saw Miranda Widener earlier today, in junior high squad. Zane Widener's had that ankle that's given him trouble the past couple weeks. So he's looking forward to maybe getting a little bit of rest and trying to get that healed up during the break. So I'm not sure if the coaches are going to put in any extra practice if they can, but unlike some years, there'll be a little bit more of a break this year than others after tonight and until we return after the first of the year.
First two games tonight, Yellow Jackets split those. Junior girls got their fifth win in a row. They started out, I think, 0-4. Now they're 5-4. Pull up that score. It was 5-3 at the half. And it was kind of a baseball score. And then the Lady Yellow Jackets broke the game open in the third quarter, went on to an 18-7 win. And that one, junior boys game was 2 points at the half. Yellow Jackets trailed, but Zane Widener picked up his third foul about a minute before halftime, and then he picked up his fourth foul with a couple minutes left in the third quarter. So the Yellow Jackets were kind of hampered there. Riverview played some pretty good defense on both him and Dawson. Played a triangle and two, kind of a gimmick defense, and it worked tonight. And Riverview wins about 15 in the junior boys game. Senior girls lead, if you just tuned in, 41-16 here at the half. Look at some of the shooting numbers for the first half. Lady Yellow Jackets got a lot of shots up. They shot 24 times from the field. They made 8 of those at 33%. They also got to the free throw line a lot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15 times they got to the free throw line. And for 3, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of 15 at the free throw line for Lady Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets with only 4 turnovers in the first half of play. Riverview only got up 14 shots in the first half. Yellow Jackets kept forcing them to turn the ball over, and they were 5 of 14 for 38% from the field, and Riverview turned the ball over 17 times in the first half. And if you're looking for a number, Coach Matthew Post, that's one he's going to look up. He wanted to see Riverview in double figures in turnovers at the half. If you saw that, you knew there's probably going to be a good night for the Lady Yellow Jackets. You mentioned the schedule. We are through Christmas after tonight. But on December the 29th at Clinton, the Yellow Jackets senior girls, senior boys will host Lifeway Christian. And then on January 2nd, the senior boys and girls will travel to Bergman. And our schedule says that game will be played at North Arkansas Community College on January the 2nd. And then we start conference play again on January the 5th, as all 4 teams will make the longest road trip of the year, I would assume, to Newport for a conference game. And that'll be a big conference game for the senior boys, as Newport was the preseason favorite. But Penguin already knocked them off about a week ago, so everybody has at least one loss on the senior boys side. So that really makes that game tonight really important for the senior boys. If they can beat Riverview here, get into Christmas break with a 3-1 record, they'll be in really good shape as they take the 2-week break and then come back for the stretch run in January. So, but that'll be coming up a little bit later. We got some unfinished work left in this one, Lady Yellow Jackets lead 41-16.
Here we go. Your leading scores in the first half for the Yellow Jackets: Reese McDonald and Alexa Booher. McDonald's going to open the second half with a shot. This one won't go, but the rebound by Clinton. McDonald's going to drive a little runner from the baseline. This one won't go. And gets her own rebound. They'll whip it around from the left to the right side. Stolzfus, Booher, McDonald, Sydney Standridge, Lacey Bell McJunkins. Those were the 5 that started the ball game tonight. You mentioned earlier Kylie Laster out tonight playing. Sydney Standridge gets the start. McDonald for 3. It's good. Will it count? I think there's a foul. Was it away from the basketball on her shot? And they won't count that 3 for Reese
moving
McDonald.
Screen or something inside. I didn't see it from our angle, but boy, Reese once again knocks down another 3. This one won't count, but we'll count it.
41-16, your score remains. Pressure up top by McJunkins and Booher. Clinton really a good defensive team as well. Got all 5 girls out on the floor. Play good defense. Shot up 2 inside for the Raiders, 41-18. Long pass down the floor, ahead to McDonald. Defense back. She'll toss it back. Get over to the right side. 3-pointer by Lacey Bell McJunkins. This one off the rim on the offside. Rebound by the Raiders.
That was Baker's 8th point of the game. She's a leading scorer for Riverview.
Shot won't go. Tipped around inside, out of bounds. Glad you could be with us tonight on 92.1 FM over the airwaves here from Searcy, Arkansas. You can listen to the audio broadcast also through the internet at www.khpq.com. From the homepage there, you can link to that. If you're on a mobile device, a phone or a tablet, you can download the Hot Country KHPQ app from the appropriate app store, from the Google Play Store for Android devices, or the Apple, the iTunes or the App Store there. 3-point basket by Haven Stolzfus. Listen to our broadcast. Then also this year, the live stream through the KHPQ YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page. You can watch and listen. Huey Morin, our video engineer tonight, running the camera just to my right. Shot inside by the Raiders.
Yeah, Nunez with that rebounds on that long 3-point shot. She's got size as she pushes you up under the basket. And she's going to score, and that's what happened that time. And Nunez heads to the line.
44-20, 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Misses the free throw. Rebound inside. Did they call that on 33? That's just, let's see, or who got it? She's got,
33 with the foul.
I'm going to have to say that's just not fair is what she's going to say. She's the tallest player on the floor, and she reached up to grab the ball, and I guess she must have been close enough behind by somebody to, we don't have a good angle at that, to maybe she pushed a little from behind, but it looked pretty good looking down at it from behind the basket.
Nicholson the foul, that's her second. Ruby maybe will play a little bit of man-to-man here. For our guards, maybe to slash and get to the basket. Ashley James in for the Yellow Jackets here.
Three-point attempt from Stolzfus from the corner. Good. Haven Stolzfus. 3-point. Is that her second of the night?
Yeah, didn't have a 3-point basket in the first half. Already has 2 here in the first couple of minutes of the second half.
47-20. Maybe that foul turned out to be on number 13, not on the post inside. Good pass inside, a diagonal pass from out on the wing, down low, 47-22, but quickly going the other way. McJunkins pulls up, about a 12-footer. It won't go. Rebound Riverview. Lacey Bell steals it away. Back to McDonald. Her shot just short off the rim. She'll try to chase it down in the corner. Good hustle, but her foot was on the line and handed off to the Raiders. Athletic Director Chris Dufran is behind the Yellow Jacket bench. Also Jace Powers sitting there tonight. Coach Cole Gardner from the boys program on the bench, joining Matthew Post tonight. Into the corner. Raiders going to drive the lane, put up the shot, won't go, tipped around. Lacey Bell McJunkins ends up with it. She's going to spin, get it down the floor. A couple defenders back. She's going to slide, get in the lane, beat one. Can't get the basket. Rebound. And a foul is called on the Yellow Jackets, trying to take it away. That may go against Abby James into the ball game. Abby's played.
I was saying, nice move by Lacey Bell just to get to the basket. To get it to go.
Abby played in the first half and now in the second. Foot on the line. 2-point attempt for Riverview. Won't go. Rebound. Dribble out of the corner. Stay out of a trap. Back in the lane. Won't go. Rebound inside. Foul called on Stolzfus.
Yeah, Abby's on the inside there with the two big girls from, I was supposed to say Gris Ferry, but Riverview.
47-22, 4 minutes, 8 seconds in the third quarter. 2 free throws. The first one in for Riverview.
First point's not for Nicholson. She's 1 for 3 at the free throw line.
And the second, 47-24. Junkins across midcourt. James sets up at the post. The other 4 girls around the perimeter. A high post for Abby James. Lacey Bell in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. Reach-in foul on Riverview, trying to take it away as the ball got loose momentarily and then picked up her dribble. Well, Coach Matthew Post, did he call a timeout or was there a foul called? They're going to stop play. Matthew Post maybe tried to avoid a turnover.
Yellow Jackets take a 30-second timeout. They're wondering about Riverview. It was created in the early 90s when you weren't forced to consolidate at that time, but the state had incentive money. They encouraged you to consolidate. They would give you money to build a new school. So Kensett and Judsonia, about 5 miles apart, went into negotiations and decided to consolidate. And then they asked Griffithsville, which is about 12 miles south down the road toward Desark. That was a school of about 150 kids at that time. They needed they had to go somewhere. So anyway, Griffithsville, Judsonia, Kensett become Riverview. Judsonia and Kensett were great basketball towns. I think Judsonia won a state title in the 1940s, and that was a tremendous rivalry when Judsonia and Kensett played each other. They were only 5 miles apart.
Out of the timeout, on the weave behind the three-point line. They'll duck inside when they can. This pass going to be picked off by the Raiders with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. 47-24 the lead. Yellow Jackets.
First turnover of the second half for Clinton, only the 5th in the ball game, and there goes Brown to Baker to the basket.
And 2 points inside for the Raiders. 47-26.
Nicholson with the putback. That's her 4th point of the game.
A couple of free throws. Now she gets her first field goal, all here in the third quarter. Stolzfus McDonald, the right side. Reese for 3. It's up this one just a bit short off the rim. Race down the floor. McDonald's going to be forced to defend. In the lane, shot up won't go. And Reese will be called for the foul. Body foul. 2 free throws upcoming for the Raiders.
Baker to the line. Baker plays a lot like Reese, and she's just going to go. Got lots of speed, and she's going to go to the basket with it. Judsonia was red and gray, and they were the Panthers. Kensett was blue and white, and they were the Blue Devils. And Griffithsville was blue and yellow, and they were the Eagles. And so they had to come up with something. If you ever know anything about consolidating schools, if you want to offend people, mess with the school colors or mess with the mascot. So they had to come up with something new. So they came up with purple. Nobody had that. And they came up with the Raider. Nobody had that. So never mess with colors, never mess with the mascot.
Shot up won't go. Sydney Standridge into the ball game. Gets the rebound. She'll be tied up into the alternate possession to the Raiders. Shot up inside the Raiders. little bit better in the second half offensively. They're going to get the ball inside, getting some points, 47-29.
Yeah, 10 points for Nunez. You can't play behind her. Yellow Jackets put some offside defense over, but they were behind her. She caught it, put it off the square.
Lacey Bell set for three. It won't go. Long rebound. Or down the floor. The outlet pass. Knocked out of bounds by the Yellow Jackets.
Also, maybe, too, I'm not sure why, but if you've ever been over here, Riverview School sits in the Searcy city limits, about a half mile from Walmart on a Searcy city street. I'm not sure if that's because they couldn't put the school in either one of the school district or what, but somehow the school ends up over here in Searcy, not in Kensett and not in Judsonia.
Well, let's take a quick break here during the timeout. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Strong, dependable, ready for anything. The Clinton Yellow Jackets know what it takes to make a great team, and Grassroots Equipment is proud to support them. Take on the season with Massey Ferguson compact and utility tractors. They mow, load, handle hay, and more, all while delivering more of the power and versatility you've come to expect from Massey Ferguson. Experience the compact and utility tractors that will take you through the season strong at Grassroots Equipment.
Out of the timeout, Lady Yellow Jackets leading 47-29, a minute 45 remaining in the third quarter. We're seated in the end zone, high above. That'll be the Riverview basket here in the second half. Clinton will be shooting down the far end of the floor. Alexa Buhar into the ball game as City Standridge goes out. Katie McJunkins in there as well. Reese McDonald, Haven Stolzfus, Lacey Bell, McJunkins.
Down to 18, closest it's been in a while. Yellow Jackets had it look like they're heading toward the 30-point mercy rule at one point.
Nunez shot inside, won't go, out of bounds. Maybe last touch by McDonald's. You kind of got this group in. You've kind of got five guards or forwards, not a post with this group. Katie McJunkins may go the tallest on that side. She kind of looks like a forward. She can play at the top, plays good defense. She can drive in from the outside, and he's a very good sophomore talent. Nicholson gets two inside. Her sixth point, I believe, here in the third quarter, 47-31.
6 points in the quarter, 6 points in the game for Nicholson. Nicholson's now matched up on Reese McDonald. That might be a mismatch in speed, and there's Reese to the basket.
Just as you called it, she cuts towards the lane down the left side, takes the pass, and scores. 49-31. What, McDonald, the leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets now, maybe?
That's her first points of the second half. And another turnover for Riverview.
Minute 20 remaining in the third quarter.
12 points for Reese, as you said.
You can see all five players kind of in the weave from behind the three-point line, and like without that post in there, kind of setting up at a high post like we saw Abby James moments ago. And Haven Stolzfus with another three-point field goal, 52-31.
3 of those in the third quarter alone for Haven. I think that's 8 in the ball game for Clinton.
And the Raiders going to turn it over on the break down the floor. Stops the clock with 54 seconds.
I think that's the 20th turnover of the game for Riverview. Yeah, if you look out there, they're making a substitution now, but in that last couple of series, their two big girls, Nicholson and Nunez, were guarding Buher and McDonald. And now Nicholson's trying to guard Stolzfus.
There's Buher on the drive, takes the pass from Lacey Bell McJunkins, the assist. And so Clinton executing that offense well. McDonald and Buher both getting points off that, 54-31. And they did force a 5-second call. Riverview couldn't get the ball in from out of bounds, hand it right back to the Yellow Jackets.
Alexa's first point since the first quarter, but she had 8 in that first quarter. Give her 10 for the ball game.
Inbound the ball, Stolzfus back in the corner for 3. This one's just a bit short off the rim, but a rebound to Katie McJunkins. Her shot won't go. Gets a second chance, and she draws a foul from Nicholson. She'll earn it from the free throw line with 21 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Katie to the line. She's got 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Yellow Jackets 8 of 15 at the free throw line in the first half. These are the first ones of the second half.
Katie's family, they've got the front row tonight behind the public address announcer. I see mom and dad and grandparents and her sister there. 3 McJunkins sisters, 2 of them on the floor at the same time, a senior and a sophomore. Their older sister, Sammy, she's already graduated, and she's watching her sisters tonight. Both free throws good by Katie, and it's 56-31. And Rivers going to throw it away, trying to get the ball inbounds near midcourt, quickly going back the other direction. All 5 girls behind the three-point line. They'll get in a weave, dump it into Stolzfus, quickly out to Katie behind the three-point line. Three-pointer long, right into the hands of Buhurst. She shoots, misses. They'll tie up with Nunez, and they'll keep the possession with the Yellow Jackets. We're down to 1.3 seconds, so let's see if they got an inbounds play here that can get it in somebody's hands, get a quick shot. Stolzfus, well, they'll toss it out high to McJunkins, and it's going to go into the backcourt. Won't get a shot off. But the Yellow Jackets will lead by 25 when we enter the fourth and final quarter. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
At First Security, we're proud of our home state. That's why we created a website that's all about Arkansas, just like us. Visit onlyinark.com for local travel, food, culture, sports, and so much more. You'll find everything from unique festivals to weekend plans to prize-winning recipes you'll pass off as your own. It's all in one easy spot, onlyinark.com. For all things Arkansas, visit onlyinark.com today. Brought to you by First Security, member FDIC.
Here we go, the fourth quarter. Coming up, 56-31 is the Lady Yellow Jacket lead. Into the corner, shot blocked by Katie McJunkins. Riverview gets it back. Lacey Bell defending now. They'll throw it into the back court. Save it. McJunkins has it. It's going to be 1-on-2. She'll split the defenders, draw the foul. That's on the floor. That's only the 4th team foul on Riverview here in the second half. So the Yellow Jackets will inbound from the baseline.
Yellow Jackets 5 of 17 in that third quarter. That's 29%. And Riverview goes 5 of 13 for 38%. But the Yellow Jackets, they're not shooting quite as good as Riverview. They're getting so many more shots because of creating those turnovers. Riverview now with 22 turnovers on the game. Clinton with only 6.
On the weave, Stolzfus takes the pass in the lane, cutting to the basket, and scores from the left side, 58-31. So Stolzfus, she's got to be in double figures now as well. Steal on the press. McJunkins inside. Shot won't go, foul. And Katie McJunkins back to the free throw line.
Yeah, 16 points in the game for Stolzfus. Didn't score in the first quarter and only had 5 free throws in that second quarter. But
she's going to lead all scorers now at this point, I believe, then. 16 points.
Had 9 points on 3 threes in that third quarter.
McJunkins' free throw is good. Let's see how many girls we can get in double figures tonight. That should put, Stolzfus, McDonald, Buher. I think who else might be close? I don't know if Katie McJunkins keeps this up, stays in the ball game.
She's got 9. One more, give her 10.
There it is, her 10th point, 60-31. That's another thing about this squad. Some years, again, you've got girls that are scorers, some are defenders, some do different things. And when you've got 4 girls in double figures scoring, that's another nice thing to have if you're Coach Matthew Post and you got different girls on the floor who can all score.
They've had some years that might be just 1 or 2 scores on the team and then role players, but definitely can spread the scoring out with this crew.
Riverview's going to turn it over. We're sitting at 60-31. The Yellow Jackets get a point here, and they're going to put this ball game the sportsmanship rule. We'll see.
Speaking of great sportsmanship, I think Philip Jones is listening in. One of the world's great realtors and sportsmen. And, of course, president of the Yellow Jacket Booster Club.
Booher on the cut inside. There it is. 2 more points for Booher. Again, she's in double figures. She puts the Yellow Jackets up by 30+, and that should mean the clock will not stop for the remainder of the ballgame, but for an official timeout. 62-31.
Yeah, great play by the Yellow Jackets. Those flashing cutters. And you got to know to be looking for them, and the Yellow Jackets make the pass at the right time.
Nicholson shot inside. Three-pointer by McDonald, just short off the front of the rim. Rebound Riverview, but a double dribble, give it back to the Yellow Jackets.
They used to call that the old shuffle cut play. They used to run that back in the 50s and stuff. That's similar style.
Yeah, I think Riverview, they're in a zone, but it's getting stretched when the defenders get out on the perimeter and they're not able to cover that inside. The Yellow Jackets are executing that offense so well and with enough speed and getting to the right spot that they're just getting in those gaps even against the zone defense. This time the ball gets loose. Nicholson ends up with it, and I think Standridge going to pick up a foul, the team's 5th.
Only the second turnover of the second half, only 6 for the ball game. You'd take that every night if you could.
Sydney's family as well. I see them up in the stands. Shot by the Raiders won't go. Kinley Keith in the ball game. Gets tipped out. The Raiders recover. I see Kinley's mom on the front row overlooking the ball game. Shot inside by Nicholson. Count the basket and the foul. She'll have a three-point opportunity. She's going to end up in double figures. Her scoring all here in the second half. She's the post for the Raiders. She's the tallest player on the floor, and she's putting points on the board. Now Maddie Gifford going to return for the Yellow Jackets, and Abby James as well. That's a good matchup inside with Gifford and Nicholson.
Nicholson now with 10 points, awaiting this free throw.
Misses the free throw, rebound. I believe that was Gifford. Out to McDonald, to Booher, quickly down the floor. Keith inside, bounce pass in the lane to James. Her shot won't go, battle for it, off Keith's hands, out of bounds. And again, just such good ball movement. They find the open player, and they got it in the right place at the right time under the goal. Just couldn't finish there, but even you bring in a new mix of players, and they all seem to know where to be and where to get the ball and how to execute this offense or whatever they're doing on the break.
Yeah, Philip Jones said that he went to college at Harding with Ryan Smith. We talked about him earlier. He coached 2 state championship teams here at Riverview. Now he's at Des Arc.
Three-point attempt, in and out, won't go. Rebound quickly down the floor. Keith inside to Gifford on the break. Maddie, shot won't go. And a foul on the rebound. Going to go against the Yellow Jackets. Raiders will have it. Good job getting up and down the floor, and another opportunity. Just couldn't get that one to drop. Strange in, and it looks like Reese McDonald will leave the ball game tonight. She's going to finish with how many points?
Reese with 5, 8, 10, 12 on the night.
She got things going early for the Yellow Jackets. When the team ran out to that first quarter lead, never looked back. Under the mercy rule now with 3 minutes and 3:20 in a running clock, 62-35. Missing the free throw. Abby James has it. Over to Booher. Everybody's going to play tonight. Got a little bit of players down tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Booher with a three-point attempt from the right wing. Good. Alexa Booher, another three-pointer.
It's Alexa's second on the night.
That's going to put her with how many points for the night?
13 on the night for Alexa.
Inside. Raiders miss. The ball may have came off the side of the backboard, quickly going the other way. Yellow Jackets cross-court pass to Gifford, and she'll put it up just outside the lane on the left side. Good. She gets on the board. But is she going to be the 8th Yellow Jacket to score in the ball game?
Maddie had a free throw earlier. So
okay.
That's 3 points for Maddie, and good pass recognition. And Maddie stepped up and hit that 8-foot jumper.
Nicholson inside. She's fouled on the shot. Chance at a three-point play, 67.
This might be Nicholson's greatest game of her career.
67-37.
Clock still running. Jackets up by 30.
Senior boys coming up after this one. As Nicholson gets the free throw, 67-38. Maybe this will help us on time tonight. Maybe we'll finish up not quite as late on a 4-game night. Things got started at 4 o'clock today, but sometimes nice when you can cut things a little bit short. Oh, that's right, yeah. That's Ashley James in the ball game. That's not Abby. Sorry about that. And I got to get these sophomores. Got to get we'll get to call her name for 3 years coming up. So better get that right. And she's got a lot of playing time tonight, both in the first half and second half.
We want to thank Hallie Sykes for that tip there.
Those girls, those sophomores like Ashley, and they've had a lot of success on the junior high squad coming up the past couple of years, and so they're no stranger to being a successful girls basketball team. They're just getting to step up and take on a little bit older competition here this year, but they're not going to be quite as intimidated maybe as maybe some other sophomores and with the success they've had. Final 30 seconds, 67-38. Standridge, Booher, Kinley Keith. I don't know if Kinley's got on the board yet tonight, but we'll see if we can get a final shot as this one's going to wind down inside of 12 seconds. Booher's going to drive the left side. Her shot's blocked. Keith recovers. Ashley down low to Gifford. I say up high from the post. Her shot won't go. Might have been blocked. And that'll do it. The Yellow Jackets take the early lead. They never look back. They get in the mercy rule here in the fourth quarter, and they defeat the Riverview Raiders here in Searcy 67-38 tonight. We'll step away from the mic here just a moment, and when we return, we'll give you some final numbers, and we'll name the first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Tonight's exciting Yellow Jacket basketball action is brought to you in part by these fine Yellow Jacket boosters, by Latitude Bistro, by Dr. Kyle Hensley and his staff, by The Pottery Shop, Arkansas Mountain Real Estate, by Goods Cash Saver, and by PEH Supply. These fine sponsors bring you tonight's basketball game on KHPQ.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery, 745-2992.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
3 games down, 1 to go. We're adding up some numbers from that senior girls game for you tonight, with the girls getting the victory on the conference here on the road at Riverview in Searcy, improving their overall season record to 10 wins, only 1 loss, and I think that's going to make them, 4-0 in the conference. Looking at some individual and team numbers from tonight, Mike Holly.
Yes, Riverview on the night. Krista Bradley, 2 points for Riverview. Gabby Sullivan had a 3-pointer. That was all her points tonight. Michaela Baker, 2, 4, 5, 7, 10 points tonight for Baker. Yadiera Nunez had 8 points, and the leading scorer of the night for Riverview is Nicholson with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points on the night for Jonna Nicholson. For the Lady Yellow Jackets, Alexa Booher with 8 first quarter points. She goes on to score 15 in the game tonight for the Lady Yellow Jackets, probably her biggest scoring output of her varsity career so far. Katie Bell McJunkins, 10 points for her, including a couple of 3-point baskets and 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Lacey Bell McJunkins, 7 points on the night, all those in the first half, including 1 3-pointer. Reese McDonald with 12 points on the night, 10 of those in the first half, including 2 3-point baskets. Sydney Standridge, 2 points on the night. Maddie Gifford, 3 points on the night. And Ashley James with 4 points for Lady Yellow Jackets. And our leading scorer tonight, Haven Stofoos, did not score in the first quarter, but she goes on to score 16 points in the ballgame, including 3 3-pointers. And she was 5 of 7 at the free throw line. So Haven Stofoos, 16 points on the night. Shooting from the field in the second half, Lady Yellow Jackets were 5 of 17 for 29%. Riverview was 8 of 21 for 38%. For the ball game, though, Clinton was 17 of 49. That's 35%. Riverview was 13 of 35 for 37%. Yellow Jackets got to the line 19 times tonight, hit 13 of those. That's 68%. Riverview 7 of 16 at the line, 44%. Yellow Jackets only turned the ball over 8 times tonight, and Riverview with 24 turnovers on the game tonight. And the Yellow Jackets jumped out to a 17-6 first quarter lead, then had a big second quarter when they scored 24 points, went at halftime with a 41-16 lead, and they'll cruise tonight to a 67-38 win. The Yellow Jackets are now 10-1 on the season, 4-0 in conference play as they head to the Christmas break. And Riverview now drops to 0-7 on the season, 0-5 in conference play.
And time for the first Arkansas Bank and Trust Player of the Game. Appreciate their title sponsorship of us again this season, not only of the live stream new this year along with Cowboy Dodge, but also our Player of the Game. Stop in their branch there in the Northside Shopping Center across from Goods Cash Saver, Radio Shack, and Pizza Hut. Tell them you enjoy listening to Yellow Jacket basketball here during this winter season on a cool night when folks may not be making it out too far away from home, helping us get us on the radio and on the live stream. First Arkansas Bank and Trust. How about the senior tonight, leading the way? Haven Stolzfus tonight. Was it 4 3-pointers or 3 3-pointers in the ball game?
Let me pull that up. I think it was 3 by Haven, all those in the third quarter.
Really came on strong in the second half. She's kind of that outside shooter for the Yellow Jackets, but does very good around the perimeter, good with the ball, and got that experience to go along with it in her third year of senior high basketball, and the third of 3 Stolzfus sisters to carry the torch that we've got to call for during the year. And she does well tonight, leads her teammates, leads the way, 16 points total. And Haven Stolzfus is our first Arkansas Bank and Trust Player of the Game.
Yeah, good choice. Good game tonight. She normally opens the games with some 3-pointers in that first quarter. Usually it kind of opens things up. Tonight she didn't, but Reese McDonald and Alexa Booher did. But then she came on strong in the third quarter and knocked down 3 as the Yellow Jackets, blew the lead open, got up to that 30-point lead, and the mercy rule was in effect.
Well, that's a wrap on the girls' game. The boys are warming up. Clinton Senior Boys going to take on the Riverview Raiders. Be about a minute and a half before we tip off that one. Let's take one more break back to the studio. When we return, it's Senior Boys basketball. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Are you suffering from painful varicose veins? I'm Dr. Brock King with Conway Regional Surgical Associates. I have been performing varicose vein surgery for the last 15 years. The benefits of this in-office procedure include reduced pain, increased mobility, better sleep, and much more. Join me at Conway Regional for a free vein mapping and get started with a treatment plan to fit your needs. Call 501-327-4828 for more information. Let's get you back on your feet. Schedule an appointment today.
At First Security, our team is proud to be only in Arkansas. In fact, we've been committed to our home state since 1932. Why does that matter? Banking with First Security means that you get friendly service from local professionals right where you live. Decisions are made here, and so are relationships. From personal banking to business to mortgage, First Security is here for you. First Security, only in Arkansas. FSBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, I see some breaking news here. It's one of our sponsors, so maybe we can work this in. It looks like Cowboy Dodge might be part of bringing in the McClard's barbecue truck next Wednesday here to Clinton at the Cowboy Dodge dealership there in Clinton. McClard's going to be there at 11 a.m. Their famous barbecue from Hot Springs, Arkansas. If you've been there, you've enjoyed that. If you haven't, that might be something you want to stop by. The McClard's barbecue truck, Cowboy Dodge, next Wednesday, December 3rd. It says 11 o'clock. I'm not sure how long they're going to be there, but that'll be a special treat of some famous Arkansas barbecue for folks here in Clinton. Senior boys on the floor. Your starting 5 tonight. Nathan Farmer going to jump center. He's joined by Jasper Burgess, Lathan Newland, Harrison Hall, and Zach Alexander. The boys coming off a loss on Tuesday night to Greers Ferry Westside, a very good Eagles team, the Yellow Jackets. And they're looking to get back in conference play tonight. The tip controlled by the Raiders. Quickly down the floor. Shot off the glass. Won't go. Rebound. Lathan Newland has it. Lathan will run the point for this squad. Get the ball up and down the floor. And he's going to look at a Raider man-to-man defense. Let's see, the Yellow Jack jumped on. Harrison Hall. 3 from the outside. In and out. It won't go. Rebound by the Raiders. Harrison was our first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game in the loss at Greers Ferry on Tuesday night. Had a good scoring night. Good three-point shooter, good defensive player. He took 2 charges in that ball game. And Harrison, boy, it's good to have him back. We got to visit with his mother after the ball game. That she told us, he's still got that injured ankle a little bit, and he's not quite 100%, but you don't see him give to it when he's out on the floor. He certainly is a big addition to this squad. 2 points for the Raiders. They get on the scoreboard here first against the Yellow Jackets. And we'll get it across midcourt. Nathan Farmer will run the post. He'll be at the high post. Jasper Burgess, His three-pointer from the outside won't go. Jasper Burgess had that 34-point game just a week ago. And a three-point basket by the Raiders. They're up by 5 early. And you hear their crowd and their team just below our broadcast position here to the right of us making some noise tonight.
Yeah, Robert McCall on the basket. Harley Sartell had the first basket for Riverview. Riverview comes to the game with a record of 5 wins, 1 loss. 2-1 in conference play. That loss came on the road at Pangburn about 2 weeks ago.
Missed shot. Raiders down the floor, into the lane. Defenders there. Foul called on the Yellow Jackets, the first of the ball game, and I think 2 shots upcoming for the Raiders.
This may be an up and down affair here. Both teams like to push the ball up and down the floor. Riverview usually have some size, but not real big this year compared to some teams they've had in the past.
The free throw up and in, so they've got a 1, a 2, and a 3 to start the ball game. The Raiders do. Miss the second, and the rebound by Jasper Burgess.
Jackson Thomas 1 for 2 at the line for Riverview.
Zach Alexander. Shot from the top of the key won't go. The Raiders can't control the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds.
Jackets open cold tonight. They're 0 for 4.
Inside to Burgess. He'll spin on a defender and gets the shot. Kind of maybe a jump hook with his right hand over a defender. Gets Clinton on the board here. 6-2 they trail. 5:40 in the opening quarter.
Just got early foul trouble at Greers Ferry. Had 3 in the first quarter. Didn't come back until the third quarter. And so the Yellow Jackets really missed his offensive punch against a good Greers Ferry team. A team I saw that beat, I believe last night, beat Izard County Consolidated, the defending state champions in Class A.
Burgess blocks the shot inside, but back into the hands of the Eagles.
A lot of basketball tradition at Riverview. Got a state title back in 2006 with former Clinton coach Tim Jones's brother Ben Jones was on that team, now coaching at Pangburn.
Burgess blocks another shot, but the Raiders recover the basketball. They can get in the lane. He blocks a third shot to start the ballgame. Hall down the floor to Newland. He's ahead of the pack. Can't get it to fall, and the Raiders come away with a rebound, still leading 6-2. Newland pops it away from behind into the hands of Harrison Hall. Laid him disappointed. He didn't get to finish on that shot down the floor. He's going to race back down and get it back defensively. He never gives up. He's the hustler on this squad, up and down the floor. And he'll probably end up on the floor 2 or 3 times a ball game as well. And sometimes he'll end up beaten by the time the night's over. But he never stops.
Well, the action's been fast and furious tonight. They've only played 3.5 minutes of this one.
Lathan drives in the lane, draws the defender. He's able to kick it out to Nathan Farmer for a 3. It won't go. Rebound loose, scramble for it. 2-3 Raiders and Jasper Burgess, and the Raiders going to be able to clear it. Cross midcourt, defense back. They'll get back near midcourt, set the offense, leading 6-2, just under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. As you said, this has been a fast pace. Really hadn't had a chance to catch their breath yet in this one. Going to drive. Burgess goes for the block, but it's a missed shot. Farmer with the rebound. Outlet to Alexander and over to Newland. Lathan had to kind of play through that leg injury. I don't know if it was all year or the second half of the year last year. Burgess for 3 from the outside, won't go. Riverview with the rebound, going the other way. Lathan would come in, he'd play as long as he could, then he'd go out and rest that leg, then he'd come back, then he'd go out, then he'd come back. And I need to talk to his parents. I don't know if that's ailed him any this year. I think he was going to maybe work on that after the season last year.
Yeah, he was one tough kid last year, man. He played down the stretch, injured into the regional and state tournaments, and he's a tough young man. Now Riverview after the turnover is a jump ball, possession error to Clinton, but they're going to put on a little bit of full court pressure. Maybe some full court man-to-man.
Still 6-2. Yellow Jackets trailing 3:15. Low scoring here to start the ball game. Man-to-man by Riverview. They look athletic. They match up well height-wise or size-wise, it appears. I don't know. We're looking down at the floor, so it's hard to gauge the height. But Alexander's shot won't go. Rebound to Riverview. Riverview's doing good on the defensive boards, coming away with rebounds on Yellow Jacket misses.
Yellow Jackets open the game 1 for 9 from the field.
In the lane, picks up the dribble, needs help, tosses it back out. Riverview in the home white, Yellow Jackets in the black, and a foul is going to be called on Zach Alexander. And it's going to be a chance at the traditional three-point play. Count the basket and a free throw to come. 8-2 the Raider lead.
Robert McCall with the basket. He's got 5 tonight.
And the free throw is good. 9-2 the lead. Inbound the ball to Newland. Put a single defender there, a little bit of pressure. He'll throw it over the top to Alexander. Harrison Hall will come out and guard you behind the three-point line. Drive in, maybe toss it back out. Burgess starts right, drives left, kicks it out to Newland. Fake, gets his defender in there. He'll drive the lane, dump it inside. Ball gets loose. Scramble for it. Burgess going to dive in, get the ball. He's tied up. Alternate possession to the Raiders. It looks like Russ Hensley, the sophomore, will check in for the first time tonight as Nathan Farmer leaves the ball game.
It's a ball to catch. Lathan got inside and trying to get the ball to Nathan Farmer. That was a really pretty hot pass from just a couple of feet away there. Tough ball to catch. Riverview comes away with his jump ball, but now it's their possession arrow.
Clinton in a man-to-man defense on the far end of the floor. Getting a little bit different look tonight if you're watching the live stream tonight on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page. So we're in the end zone, currently behind the Riverview basket. We're looking down the length of the floor tonight. Works well on occasion for a broadcast, from an audio broadcast. You kind of get a different look, and you see the spacing, you see the some of the angles there and how they're playing. Might be a little bit more difficult for the video broadcast. Shot and a miss for the Raiders. Rebound Harrison Hall. He'll get it across midcourt himself.
Check and see the basket. Only 2 points here in the first quarter. Riverview in the man-to-man defense.
Harrison is fouled. That's the first foul against the Raiders in the contest. Inbound the ball to Burgess. Hands it off to Alexander. He's picked up. Won't get a shot off. Lathan will drive. Draw a help defender. Back to Jasper. Drive in the lane. Jump in the lane. Good. 2 points for Jasper Burgess. 9-4. Yellow Jacks trailing. Just under a minute to play in the first quarter. Going to drive on the break. It won't go. Harrison Hall with the rebound. The Raiders got that ball down the floor quick after Burgess' field goal.
Get a basket here and get back within 3. It's been pretty much all Riverview so far in the first quarter, but going to close the gap with a basket here. Looks like the Jackets going to be patient.
Jasper looks to Coach Cole Gardner, standing up, getting his players in position from that Yellow Jacket bench. Burgess out near midcourt. Newland down in the left corner. Russ Hensley's the high post. Alexander standing on the baseline, the right side of the lane. Hall in the corner. Harrison gets it. He'll step out to the wing. 3-point attempt. Won't go. Rebound tipped around. Raiders have it quickly down the floor. McCall is that. Gets behind the defense, and his shot falls off the rim. Rebound Harrison Hall. 3 seconds, 2 seconds outside the lane. The shot, it'll go if it'll count if it goes, but it's off the mark just a bit. Riverview races out to a 9-4 lead. That's where we stand after one. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Strong, dependable, ready for anything. The Clinton Yellow Jackets know what it takes to make a great team, and Grassroots Equipment is proud to support them. Take on the season with Massey Ferguson compact and utility tractors. They mow, load, handle hay, and more, all while delivering more of the power and versatility you've come to expect from Massey Ferguson. Experience the compact and utility tractors that will take you through the season strong at Grassroots Equipment.
Tonight's basketball game is brought to you in part by these fine Yellow Jacket boosters, by TLC Bookkeeping,
by Dr. Jamie Beavers and staff at Beavers Family Dentistry, by Subway Sandwiches of Clinton, by Miller Sanitation, by Ingram Tire, and by the Western Sizzler. These fine sponsors bring you tonight's basketball coverage on KHBQ.
Clinton opens the second quarter with a basketball. They trail 9-4. You've got Zach Alexander, Harrison Hall, Lathan Newland, Jasper Burgess, and Russ Hensley. And there's a foul away from the ball, but that's going to go against the Yellow Jackets trying to get position.
Both teams took up 12 shots in the first quarter. Jackets 2 of 12. That's only 17% for Clinton. Riverview not much better, though. 3 for 12, 25%. And as fast as this pace has been, each team only has 2 turnovers.
Hand-to-man defense by the Yellow Jackets. Working, shot outside the lane, drops through. Well, had to work for it. Newland defending, right, left. Finally got Lathan to kind of lose his footing there and fall away. And gets the 2-point basket. 11-4.
Chapman with the basket for Riverview.
Clinton in a weave behind the 3-point line. Russ Hensley at the high post. Jasper Burgess going to drive in the lane. Shot won't go. Rebound Raiders. Quickly down the floor. Defense back. They'll pull up. Back behind the 3-point line. Shot won't go. Rebound Jasper. Keeps it himself. Right hand down the floor. Right side. Defense back for the Raiders. Just below us. Points hard to come by here tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Trailing 11-4. Raiders thus far a very good defensive team. Clinton not shooting well when they had the opportunity. Now they didn't have a lot of easy shots. I don't know if you want to say they're forcing some shots. I know they missed a lot in the first half, but it's not been easy against this Raider defense.
I gotta say, you gotta give Riverview the credit there. They've challenged every shot. Nothing's easy.
They're athletic. They play against Clinton's size well. Harrison Hall with a long 3-point attempt. And the basket is good. 3 points for Harrison Hall. 11-7. Yellow Jackets trailing.
Hope we get Harrison Hall going here. That may open up some things on the inside if he can start hitting those shots from the outside.
Did he hit 4 3-pointers on Tuesday night? I'm trying to remember back. He was our player of the game. Had a good shooting night.
4, 2 in the first, 2 in the third.
3-point attempt by the Raiders. Top of the key, middle of the floor. Won't go. Jasper Burgess high for the rebound. Pulls it down. Going to drive. Spins past one defender. Loses control of the basketball. It goes out of bounds and belongs to Riverview.
Coach T.J. Coleman at Riverview does a great job teaching defense, and you see it tonight as they are definitely a challenge to every shot the Yellow Jackets take. Coach Coleman from Northwest Arkansas, been the head coach here at Riverview for several seasons.
2-point attempt from the outside, off the glass, won't go. Jasper Burgess with another defensive rebound. Hard bounce pass down the floor to Alexander. Zach's going to drive, get behind the basket, goes for the reverse layup, won't go, but there's Russ Hensley, and he can't get the putback to fall, but he's fouled, and the sophomore will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Zach didn't get the original shot to go down, but there was Russ. Good rebounding position. Got it. And he'll head to the free throw line.
Russ's family here tonight as well. See his parents. Got an uncle here tonight. His grandfather, Boji Hester. The other grandparents probably back at home listening to our broadcast tonight, hopefully watching. And Russ at the line. Misses the second free throw. Clinton trails 11-8, but they got it to a one-possession basketball game. They trailed 9-2. Raiders inside quick. They score 13-8, so they had cut it to 3 again after trailing 9-2. Well, Rearview, they're almost like the Clinton senior girls. They get the ball down the floor quick, and they got an opportunity there. They're going to try to score. As a defense, you got to get back against them. Pass inside to Hensley, and he puts it off the glass. Good. The assist, I believe, by Lathan Newland, 13-10.
That was a great pass by Newland. He got penetration, drew a couple of defenders, dropped it off for a nice, easy layup by Russ Hensley.
Russ got big. We talked about a third Stolzfus playing. Well, I guess Russ will fit that bill. He's the third Hensley we've had come along here in senior high basketball. And he draws the charge. Russ inside, took a left forearm from a Raider, goes to the floor, takes the charge. Riverview's going to take a timeout. Again, Russ, I don't know if you want to say he's got big shoes to fill, but he's following his sister Allie Hensley, I guess, who was an all-state player and was a Clinton High School Athlete of the Year, I believe. Follows his brother Kyler Hensley, who's now playing college basketball here in Searcy at Harding University. So, Russ's time to step up and take his position here in senior high basketball.
Yeah, I saw Allie over the break. She's running track at Arkansas State University. Saw her and a couple of her track teammates, I guess. They were from, I think, one from Canada, one from Australia, and came home with her for Thanksgiving. Saw them down at Jim Tummelson Field one day. But yeah, Russ, third in line, and there's a couple more to go.
I think it won't be too long. We'll see Hester, and then we'll see Holly in the years to come up too as well. So we still got a lot of Hensleys to go. They'll be fun to watch.
Hester today. He's really starting to grow.
Out of the timeout, 13-10, Yellow Jacket basketball. Hey, they'd have a chance to tie us down the floor. Looks like the Raiders are going to jump into a 2-2-1 zone, full court press defense. Zach Alexander with it. Hall for three from the right wing. This one won't go. Long rebound. Going to go out of bounds and to the Raiders. So Riverview's been in a tight man-to-man defense side of the floor. That time they jumped into a press. We'll see how the Yellow Jackets want to attack that when they get another opportunity. Clinton's going to drop back. Clinton's been in a man-to-man as well, I believe. Now it looks like they're going to be in a zone. A 2-1-2 zone with Henson in the middle. Lathan Newland steals the pass. Down the floor, defender in front of him, tosses it back to Hall. He'll have to kick it out to Alexander for a three-point attempt. Won't go off the back of the rim. Rebound to Riverview. The shots just having trouble falling tonight.
Just had two pretty good looks like the last two times. Hall and Alexander just couldn't get it to go. Jackets have crawled their way back into this one at 13-10. Now it's like Riverview's having to try to change defenses or change offenses here.
Tell you too, maybe if I was one of these Riverview players, I think I'd jump up on those rims and hang a few times during practice during the week. These are tight rims, and you don't get any give
wow.
if it doesn't drop through. And what, another offensive foul?
Yeah, Lathan Newland really created that one as he went for the steal. The officials said that Swartell had knocked him to the floor. That one could have went either way. He went the Yellow Jackets' way. And Swartell, that'll be his second foul. The Yellow Jackets will have the basketball, and that'll be the fifth turnover now in Riverview.
5 team fouls as well for the Raiders. Only 3 for Clinton here in the first half. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the second quarter, trailing 13-10. So
Riverview really getting those passing lanes.
Alexander inside 2 defenders. Can't get his shot to fall. Riverview can test everything. There's no easy shots tonight for the Yellow Jackets. 13-10. And it's been low scoring for both teams. 3-point attempt from the left wing won't go. Inside, ball loose, rebound Raiders. Shot in the lane, 2 points, 15-10. I wanted to say, it's not necessarily one of those you call it Clinton weathers the storm. Riverview didn't get out to that big a lead. It was 9-2, but they cut it to 3, and now it's just 5 here in the final 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. They're not scoring well, but the Raiders really not able to push their lead out as well either. But a turnover on the offensive end, and Clinton get it back to Riverview, and it looks like Blaine Emberton will enter the ball game for the first time tonight as Newland will get a breather.
Emberton into the game. That was Tyler Racing from Riverview. That's his first 2 points of the ball game on that last trip down the floor for Riverview. The Jackets have switched to kind of a 2-3 zone defense now. Nathan Farmer back in for Russ Hensley. It's a good minutes about time for Russ for the Yellow Jackets. I'm sure we'll see him in the second half.
Harrison Hall, Zach Alexander at the top. Burgess and Emberton on the wing. Nathan Farmer is going to knock it away from the inside. It gets to Jasper Burgess. Down the floor, he's on the left side. He's going to drive on a defender, draws the foul, and that'll send the senior Jasper Burgess to the free throw line. Stops the clock with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Great defense by Nathan Farmer, though. He got a hand in the passing lane, knocked the ball away, and then the Yellow Jackets picked it up, and Burgess on the run. He didn't get the basket, but he does head to the free throw line. He has 4 points on the night.
Misses the first free throw. 16 foul on the Raiders, so whatever fouls they do commit in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter, Clinton will be at the free throw line. Jasper's second is up and in. Inside, outside, three-point attempt by Riverview. This one won't go. Farmer high for the rebound. Nathan will be the tallest player on the floor on this crew, and he gets a rebound there. Can pull Clinton within 2, maybe 1 inside. Nathan gets it. He's going to spin. 2 defenders. Shot won't go. Tries to tip with his own rebound. Can't pull it down. Riverview going the other way. Quickly down the floor. And the basket good. 17-11, a minute 33. And Coach Cole Gardner wants a timeout. Let's go ahead and take the break. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
We have partnered with Carti to bring world-class cancer treatment to Van Buren County.
Some chemos are between 1 to 2 hours to 8 hours. So when a patient is sick, diagnosed with the cancer, traveling to Little Rock, that's a pretty long day for sick people.
Back in the old days, you had to get on the interstate, go to Conway, or go to Little Rock to get your chemo treatment. My mom, for a year and a half, was able to take them right here in Clinton, Arkansas. Big peace of mind for my mom.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
Here we go out of the timeouts. Burgess going to drive on the right side. A couple of defenders. They try to take the charge, and they do. Offensive foul called on Jasper Burgess just below our broadcast position in the lane. 4th team foul on the Yellow Jackets, first on Burgess.
4th turnover of the night for Clinton. That's not bad. Just the shooting percentage right now. Jackets only with 11 points here, and we're almost at halftime.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter. Clinton trails by 6. Zone defense. So Raiders will work it from side to side. 3-point attempt from the left wing. It won't go. Burgess with another defensive rebound. 45 seconds. He'll keep it himself as the Raiders drop back defensively. Jasper on the move. He's going to drive. Split 2. Fall into a third. And this time it's going to be a blocking foul on the Raiders. That will send Jasper Burgess to the free throw line. Stops the clock with 39 seconds. 2 free throws. The Raiders getting what's the Raiders coach's name?
T.J. Coleman.
He's getting an explanation from the official on the sideline of what his player didn't do there and got a blocking foul. I don't know if they want to compare that to the charge they took earlier. I'm not sure, but Jasper goes 1 for 2 at the line. Is that right? 17-13?
2 for 2.
They get 2. And a steal. Jasper's got it. Hey, they can pull within 2, maybe 1. He's on the right side. Oh, behind the back, into the lane. 2 defenders. They're going to try to take a charge again. And this time, that's the call. So Jasper's got 3 drives and 3 possessions, 2 charges. One time he drew a blocking foul, 17-13, and he's going to leave the ballgame. He's only got 2 fouls, though, in the ballgame. Those 2 there. That may be his final seconds of the first half, but
we had a pretty good look at that. I'm not sure about that. That was really close. Looked like the defender got there a little bit late and was turned sideways. But both coaches have been working on the officials about the offensive foul. And Riverview got that one. Clinton got the last one.
This may be we talk, sometimes you think the charge is a lost art. I think Coach Cole Gardner's instilled that in his defensive players. Lathan Newland, Harrison Hall, Zach Alexander, they like to take a charge. It looks like the Raiders do as well. Final 10 seconds, second quarter. They've got the ball. They've got the lead. Bounce pass down low. The post has it, and he scores. 19-13, and Clinton's not going to get a shot off here to finish out the first half. low-scoring ball games, but the Raiders led from the start. They'll lead by 6 at halftime, 19-13, as the players race off the floor. Hey, when we come back, we'll finish our story from the girls' game. We'll talk about the Van Buren County basketball bloodline that had a stop here associated with the Riverview School District from years gone by. So don't miss that. Stay with us. Quick break. Back to the studio. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Strong, dependable, ready for anything. The Clinton Yellow Jackets know what it takes to make a great team, and Grassroots Equipment is proud to support them. Take on the season with Massey Ferguson compact and utility tractors. They mow, load, handle hay, and more, all while delivering more of the power and versatility you've come to expect from Massey Ferguson. Experience the compact and utility tractors that will take you through the season strong at Grassroots Equipment.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back, the professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
At First Security, we're proud of our home state. That's why we created a website that's all about Arkansas, just like us. Visit onlyanark.com for local travel, food, culture, sports, and so much more. You'll find everything from unique festivals to weekend plans to prize-winning recipes you'll pass off as your own. It's all in one easy spot, onlyanark.com. For all things Arkansas, visit onlyanark.com today. Brought to you by First Security, member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Okay, we're back from our round of pool billiards tonight. We're at Riverview High School. My collie's been here several times. It's my first trip. It's a conference game, but we're kind of one of those unique spots we get on occasion during the year. We're up in the end zone, we call it, behind the basket, up high. And they've got a large area up here. It looks like they do archery. They've got the bows, and they've got the targets set up. They got a lot of room up here. They got a billiards table. We couldn't find the cue sticks. They may be put up, or maybe you have to bring your own, but
they're locked up.
Keep that.
If not, they become weapons.
Oh, Well, let's talk about Riverview High School. We teased folks early on, through the years when we've been playing teams over on south or east, sometimes we've cut through Searcy, we've cut through Kensett, and I know one of those first times you pointed out and you said, that's the house they lived in right over there years ago. And when we want to talk about basketball coaching from Van Buren County, we want to talk about the current boys basketball coach here at Clinton High School. Well, it was here years ago in this district that now Riverview makes up. And tell us a little history about who came out of here.
Well, of course, everybody knows all around Van Buren County in the area, Benny and Doris Brown. And Benny Brown was a longtime coach at Kensett High School, I think through the 60s into the 70s. And they are still well thought of over in the community of Kensett. In fact, you can go to the gym over there. That thing's open nighttime, weekends. The community loves that facility over there. They still play in it, but you can see plaques on the walls and with Benny's name and Trophy's name. So, yeah, Benny is a big part of Riverview. The Kensett campus, and now it's Riverview, and I know he still has contact with lots of those families over there, the students that he had at Kensett through Facebook and different things. And so I've had people, generation or two down that I know, they'll ask me, how's Benny and Doris doing? So they're still well thought of over in Kensett. That was great basketball. Kensett, Judsonia, man, that was. Well, I grew up in White County, and it's unusual, but there was Searcy, and there was BB, and there was Ball Knob. But then there was 8 towns, all the same size: Pangburn, Rosebud, Bradford, Judsonia, Kensett. And man, that was the conference. And it was a great basketball, and people probably won't believe this, but there were 2 straight weeks at the end of January that was like basketball madness in White County. They had a women's tournament the first week, the girls' tournament. It was called the SMS, the South's Most Spectacular, and they would bring in acts and all type of. They had an elephant on the floor one year and a circus act, and it was incredible. And then the second week was all boys basketball. There was 2 weeks of county tournaments in White County up into, I guess, the early 2000s. And some of the coaches eventually wanted to move it to December because they said they put out so much energy. The kids wanted to be the county champion, and then when you got to the district tournament stuff, the edge was all off. And so, but White County was a great time, and
I think I remember that. So I probably came over and watched a couple of those in my younger years, with you, and then my grandparents living over here. And folks will remember that around Van Buren County back in years ago, you'd have Shirley or Clinton Southside, all red, Clinton all in the mix there. And then as maybe the school sizes changed and county tournaments kind of went away, they got away from that. But as you said, with even more schools involved and all kind of similarly situated,
yep.
that was a big-time thing over here to go watch and be a part of.
Yeah, the 3 big schools were not a part of it, but there were 8 small towns that were almost all the same size, and it was everybody knew each other, and it was fierce competition to be the White County basketball champion. They even had free throw contests. The women's tournament had a beauty contest. Each school put up 2 ladies. It was a big deal to be the queen of the SMS, the South's Most Spectacular Tournament. And so those are bygone days now. All the schools, Kensett, Judsonia, and Griffithsville all became one. There was 3 gone. McRae later became consolidated with DB. Brody and Blaine Emmerich's dad played at McRae, and so a lot of the schools have faded. Bradford, Pangburn, Rosebud are still around in White County Central, but White County has quite a legacy of basketball.
All right. Located here in Searcy, just on the, northeastern end, as you would call it, right before you get on or off Highway 67, 167, headed out of town. You might head north and east. Your next stop would be Ball Knob, but we're still there. Matter of fact, just not too far from the Walmart Supercenter here at Riverview, and got a nice facility here for the Raiders to play in. Well, Riverview leads 19-13 after 1, and I'd asked my colleague during the break that we expect them to be this good, and they are a good basketball team. They've led throughout the first half. They lead by 6, and let's see the Yellow Jackets, how they respond here, what they can do in the second half.
Yeah, look at some of the shooting numbers. See, the team shot real well. As you can tell, the score is only 19-13 at the half. Clinton got up 21 shots in the first half. They hit 4 of those. That's only 19%. Riverview made 8 of 23 for 35%. At the free throw line, Yellow Jackets were 4 of 6 for 67%. And Riverview only got to the line 3 times. They were 2 of 3 for 66%. The Yellow Jackets trailed 9-4 at the end of the first quarter. They were outscored 10-9 in that second quarter, and they trailed 19-13 at the half. Clinton with only 5 turnovers, Riverview with only 7. And so it's still anybody's ball game. Yellow Jackets, you kind of feel like it was all Riverview in the first half, but we're only down 6. If we can get the shooting percentage to go up a little bit, only 19% in the first half. You know, if we could get this up to 40%, we could win this ball game.
Here we go. A lot to play for tonight on this final game before the Christmas break. In conference on the road, Lathan Newland, Harrison Hall, Jasper Burgess, Nathan Farmer, Zach Alexander. Russ Hensley has played tonight along with Blaine Emerton. So 7 have entered the ball game for head coach Cole Gardner, assisted by Jace Powers. They trail by 6 here. Rear view of the basketball just below our broadcast position. We're sitting in the end zone above the basket, looking down at the floor. Glad you could be with us here on the air or on the live stream tonight through the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page. Our video engineer, Huey Moran, with us tonight for the broadcast. And 2 points up and in for the Raiders, 21-13. So they led 9-2 earlier, a 7-point lead. Now they got an 8-point lead, 21-13. Jasper Burgess in the lane, a little bit of a hop, a step. He can't get the shot. Raiders going the other way. And ball gets loose, or maybe Zach Alexander took it away. He's going to drive down the floor, left side, stutters a little bit, draws a second defender back out to Harrison Hall. He's going to drive into the lane, left-handed shot up, draws the foul, and the senior Harrison Hall will go to the free throw line.
You know, you have a tough time scoring from the field. The next best thing is maybe to try to get to the free throw line, try to get some shots there. And so Harrison Hall has a chance here early in the third quarter. He has 3 points on the night.
I don't think we said, we told you a little bit about that story. We told you about Benny Brown and Doris Brown. I don't know if I said, folks that don't know, Cole Gardner is their grandson. Fantastic, all-state basketball player at Shirley High School during his days. Played his old coach, Keith Brown, coaching the Greers Ferry Eagles on Tuesday night. But Cole Gardner, the Clinton coach now, and continuing on the legacy there of a successful winning program here at Clinton High School. Both free throws good for Harrison Hall. Cuts the Riverview lead to 21-15. Ball knocked loose, or it's off the leg. Zach Alexander recovers. Harrison Hall, chance to get back-to-back baskets ahead to Jasper Burgess. Gets by 2 defenders, can't get it to fall, but Alexander down the floor gets the follow. 2 points up, and I think Zach was on his knees clearing that basketball in the lane below us. He's able to get down the floor and get that follow on the miss by Jasper Burgess.
Probably one of the few times now we've had back-to-back baskets, and cuts it to 4. Jack is still in that zone defense.
Drive in the lane. Good defense by Farmer and Alexander. They don't commit the foul. Get the ball a second opportunity to go up, and this time I think a foul is going to be called on Jasper Burgess. If so, that's going to be his 3rd foul. He picked up 2. No, that's not going to go against Jasper. That's going to go against his Nathan Farmer, I believe. Jasper picked up 2 charging fouls, offensive fouls in the first half, but it's Nathan Farmer gets whistled on that one. First free throw up and in, 22-17.
Jackson Thomas, 2 points. Both of those at the free throw line tonight. Mentioned Benny and Doris. They remember those, some of the names we've called out tonight. The Bakers, assistant coach.
Second free throw good as well, 23-17.
Pettis. I'm sure they remember that name.
Breaks the press across the floor to Farmer. Nathan's got it at the free throw line now. His jumper. This one won't go off the front of the rim. Rebound by the Raiders. Pretty shot by Nathan. Just couldn't get it to fall.
It looked good from our angle. Just didn't go.
Newland Hall, a lot of defensive pressure behind the perimeter. They'll knock the ball loose into the hands of Farmer. Clinton defense, they're getting some possessions for the offensive end. Let's see if they can score here. And again, cut it to 4. Zach Alexander for 3 from the left side. A little bit long, won't go. Farmer tries to chase it down in the corner. It's out of bounds and belongs to the Raiders.
Yellow Jackets start the second half 1 for 5 after shooting 19% in the first half.
4:48 remaining in the third quarter. 3-point attempt from the left side for Riverview. Won't go, but a follow tip up and in. 25-17. So the lead back to 8.
Caleb Giles, first 3-pointer of the night for him, 5 points on the game.
Clinton offense has just not found a way to score consistently tonight. We're almost midway through the third quarter. They've been held to 17 points, and they're playing a good defensive team that matches up well physically, height-wise, athletically. Just haven't figured out. Nothing's been easy tonight for the offense.
And really only given up 26 points through 2.5 quarters. That's not bad, but the Yellow Jackets, as you said, we can't score right now.
Harrison Hall tries to create a shot. Jumper from the free throw line misses. They'll try to follow and get the rebound, but it's out of bounds.
Good hustle by Harrison Hall. He missed a shot, followed it up. Looked like he threw it off a Riverview player, but they said he was already out of bounds. And
maybe one of those nights it makes me think, there were times last season for sure, maybe the last 3 seasons, maybe we'd have a night when points were hard to come by. We play a good defense. You need a player maybe who can create his own shot and score against a good defender. We had that a year ago, past couple years. Craig Bradley could sometimes might be our only option at times like that. And maybe that's one of them. We've talked about Craig and how do you replace his 25 points a game. Maybe tonight's one of those nights when maybe he could have pitched in a few more points that so far are hard to come by.
Yeah, he had the ability. If he didn't score from the field, he had the ability to get to the free throw line. We saw that one night at Bergman when he had just an incredible game. Most of those points came at the line. Now Riverview's getting patient against the Yellow Jacket zone defense.
That's Craig Bradley. Russ Hensley in the ball game. Just a 2-point. No, they miss inside to have a third chance and draw a foul. Riverview, good offensive rebounding. Now they'll go to the line to earn that. Now just a chance to finish that. That's Craig Bradley, now playing for the University of Central Arkansas Bears. Played on the campus of the University of Arkansas. Took on the Razorbacks last week. And then I think I saw a picture of him on the University of Mississippi, the Ole Miss basketball floor.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the Bears were there as well. So he's playing. He's in big time now. Playing at some Southeastern Conference
I think the week
schools.
before they played Arkansas, they played Memphis at the FedEx Forum, I believe. So he is seeing the world.
And if folks didn't get a chance to watch that game against the Arkansas Razorbacks, he was in there at the ball game, and the ESPN television commentator said that's Craig Bradley from Clinton, Arkansas, as Craig dribbled out the ball there to finish out the clock. I believe he had it in his hands there, had it near the end of the ball game. 28-17, timeout on the floor. Riverview's biggest lead of the ball game at 11. There's 3 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yes, that's the halftime score was 19-13. The Yellow Jackets have basically been shooting under 20% for the entire ball game. I think it's just going to be a matter of fact, in this final 11 minutes of this one, can we get the shooting percentage up? I think the game is still winnable. It's just a matter of us scoring.
It's Coach Gardner talking to his players.
Oh, yeah. Benny and Dor sent me a message. We mentioned the South's most spectacular tournament. Oh, Sid King sent that message. Yeah, we forgot to mention his name was W.E. Orr, but he was known around White County as Skinny Orr. And he was the county school supervisor for I don't know how many years, 30-plus years. And he was the man who put on the South's most spectacular tournament. He's the one that brought in those circus acts, the musical acts, you name it. He was quite a showman, and he's the one that built that tournament. W.E. Skinny Orr, who lived, I think, over in Judsonia.
The Raiders inside. 2 minutes, 35 seconds, clock running, 28-17. Clinton defense very aggressive. Newland and Hall out front, out high. Jasper pops out on the wing. Hensley inside to defend, but on the drive, the 2 points by the Raiders, 30-17, their biggest lead of the ball game.
Thomas with a basket. He's got 5 for Riverview. Brody Emerton in the game now for Clinton, looking for anybody who can score.
Jasper Burgess kind of creates something a little bit, kind of a jumper fall away from the defender, but it falls off the rim. Riverview with the rebound. Doing a good job on the defensive boards tonight. I don't think there's been many offensive putback opportunities inside, but there's the foul. What, did Russ Hensley take that foul?
Russ Hensley takes the charge. And he'll get a McDonald's chicken sandwich sometime next week or when we come back from Christmas. That's the incentive for taking a charge for Coach Cole Gardner.
Sophomore in the ball game. Clinton trails 30-17. They got the ball. And in the floor, who's in? Is that Brody Emberton in tonight?
Brody is in.
The first time. The sophomore for the Yellow Jackets. And a shot and a miss. Another defensive rebound for the Raiders. Clinton just getting one opportunity.
1 for 8 shooting in the third quarter. That's 13%. Jackets have 4 points.
Raiders working the ball. Clinton's in the zone. They're aggressive. When you get out on your guy on the floor, they push him out a little deeper, but Riverview ball handlers doing a good job. That time pass inside of the high post at the free throw line. His shot won't go. Rebound to the Yellow Jackets. Newland down the left side with 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Harrison Hall drives, pulls up, shot, about maybe a 15-footer. It won't go. This time a rebound inside, but Hensley, I think they took it away from him low. Pass down the floor. Jasper back to defend on the drive. And I think Jasper be whistled for a foul and send the Raiders to the free throw line. 2 shots with 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Isaac Giles the line for the first time tonight. I want to finish that story on W.E. Skinny Orr. Now, Sid may have to correct me on this, but I believe W.E. Skinny Orr's wife was like the very first SMS queen from Bradford, Arkansas. So, and he had a soft spot in his heart, I guess, for the tournament. But he married one of the former queens.
One for 2 at the line, 31-17. Riverview in front. Final 23 seconds of the third quarter. Hall across the midcourt stripe to Lathan Newland. Brody Emerton with it in his hands. Jasper Burgess takes the pass, drives, spins. Defenders, shot won't go. Rebounder Riverview. Clinton definitely trying to have to create some shots on the offensive end, just not getting them to fall. 3-point attempt in and out. The follow for 2 won't go. And the third quarter has come to an end. The Raiders have stretched out their halftime lead. 14 points. It'll be 31-17 when we return for the fourth quarter. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call. 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery, 745-2992.
31-17 as we enter the fourth quarter. Lathan Newland, Jasper Burgess, Harrison Hall, Zach Alexander, Nathan Farmer. And, boy, it's been a tough night. It's been a low-scoring ball game, but especially low-scoring for the Yellow Jackets as they trail by 14. I'm not sure what you do to make a change on the course of this ball game so far for the three quarters, but Yellow Jackets trying to get back in this one. Hall inside. Takes his defender as deep as he could get. Gets the shot off, but it won't go. Again, one of those kind of nights where the shots, they're not open shots. Kind of the players are having to kind of create their own shots. They're not falling.
There's not many wide open looks, and we have had them. We haven't knocked them down. Yellow Jackets 1 of 9 shooting in the third quarter. That's 11% shooting in the quarter. Still Riverview only with 31 points. So Yellow Jacket defense has done a good job tonight. Riverview only 3 for 10 third quarter for 30%. Coach Coleman will take a timeout for Riverview.
See something here. Maybe he wants to adjust in the opening minute of the fourth quarter. 31-17. What's the conference race look like on the boys' side here as we head into the Christmas break?
I don't have a full breakdown of the standings because some teams have played their full 5 games before Christmas. Harding hadn't played any. There's been some cancellations due to COVID. One of the favorites was Newport. Newport already has a loss at Pangburn a week ago. Pangburn beat them by 19 points. So every team has a loss, at least one loss, if not more right now. So right now it's still pretty wide open. That's why this is a pretty big game for the Yellow Jackets. So they could get this one and go 3-1 in the Christmas break and have this road win. That would have been huge. Still got 7:14 left in this one. But the race is pretty much wide open now with Newport already has a loss. Harding Academy looks like they'll play all their conference games after Christmas.
Jasper Burgess with a block shot. He had 2 or 3 there early in the ball game. He gets one there, gets the offense the ball. Let's see if that can lead to some momentum. And a blocking foul called on the Raiders. Only their third foul here the second half. Clinton has 4. Keep it with Clinton. Exactly 7 minutes to go. You know, we've seen some years where maybe we had some cancellations due to snow or whatever the reasons. We've had some 3-game weeks kind of in the second half of the season, January and February, before the conference tournament to get all the games in. It is interesting that Hardin Academy, because of the football playoffs and playing the state championship tomorrow, they've missed all of those, and now we're at the end of the first half season. They're pretty much, it would seem like they're going to have 3-game weeks probably almost every week once things get going in January and February to try to catch up.
Yeah, the big drawback is Jasper Burgess scores. We'll come back to that. Burgess' first points in the second half. He's got 7 on the night.
31-19. On the drive, Farmer forced the miss.
And no foul there. Farmer had the rebound, got ripped from behind, no call.
On the drive, Farmer gets a block. Shot up, won't go. Another shot. Boy, they're battling inside on the rebounds. The misses by Riverview. Clinton's going to end up with the ball out of bounds, and referee's letting them play a little bit. They're playing hard, and Clinton ends up with it. I think. Well, now they're going to give it to White. So Riverview just below our broadcast position.
I thought it was out of bounds on us, but I thought maybe by poetic justice they might give it to us after not calling that foul.
Zach Alexander, Clinton's in a man-to-man defense now. Out of the zone. They'll try to force the action defensively. Try to force a turnover, a missed shot, drive inside dish. Shot up good. 33-19, back to 14 with the 6 minutes to go.
Harley Sawtell scores. He's got 4, 2 in the first quarter, now 2 in the fourth quarter. Looks like they're trying to spread the Yellow Jackets out, trying to make them play man-to-man.
I think if we had a shot chart going tonight, it'd be interesting to see their points in the paint to Riverview. Seems like all of them are coming inside tonight as opposed to anything from the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the drive. It's not like they're passing inside and the post player's doing something. It's either maybe points off a rebound or points on the drive, all in the lane.
Yeah, not really traditional post play of, trying to hit that low post. As you said, it's mostly from driving to the basket, slashing to the basket. And Jasper hits.
Free throw.
Jasper now with 10 points on the night. He is the leading scorer.
The second free throw up and in as well, 33-21. It's back to 12. Quickly down the floor in the lane, and a travel and a turnover. So can Clinton get it back to 10 or maybe single digits with 5:38 to go?
11 turnovers now for Riverview. Yellow Jackets with only 6 on the night.
Quickly down the floor, Alexander beats the defender, but he blocked shot in the lane. The Hilt defense there able to block the shot. Waiting for Zach, and Jasper's going to block it on the defensive end. Nathan Farmer ends up with it.
Indian block shots.
Harrison Hall down the floor on the right side. Defender close there. Knocks it away. Harrison gets it back. He's got his dribble back. He wants to drive, and he draws a blocking foul from the Raiders. Looks to be their 5th team foul here in the second half. So I think a non-shooting foul. Clinton will inbound from the baseline.
Harrison forced the action that time. Do the block on the baseline. The Yellow Jackets inbounds under their own basket.
See if they can get an inbound play here. Looks like the defense there, not going to let anything happen. Ball gets loose. Raiders have it. 2-on-1 down the floor. Right side. And off the glass, good. 35-21, just under 5 minutes to go. Right at the 5-minute mark. Newland down the floor, hands it off to Harrison Hall for 3, and it's good. Harrison Hall, 35-24.
Well, Yellow Jackets needed that bad. Second three-pointer of the game for Clinton, both by Harrison Hall. He's got 8 points. Jackets back to within 11.
Like a zone press defense in the lane. Ball gets loose. Nathan Farmer up to Lathan Newland. 2 defenders back. Lathan's on the left side, middle 4. Bounce pass to Burgess, picked off by the Raiders, but they'll travel with it. 4:27 to go, 35-24. This time a chance to get it to single digits.
Riverview picked off the pass, but his momentum carried him toward the baseline. He traveled with the basketball.
And it's a technical foul. Okay. I think the official want to do a little teaching moment or something. I'm not sure what the player did.
He's just been thrown out of the game.
And this could be a turnaround here. Clinton can get points on the board. The official made the Riverview player come back over to the ball on the sideline. I think he wanted him to hand him the ball. And the player, he came back over there and kind of was flippant about it. And so the official whistling for a technical and then has just ejected him from the remainder of the ball game, it looks like. And Harrison Hall's at the free throw line.
2 technicals. As you said, he kind of just flipped the ball to the official. He gave him a technical for that. And then walking to the scores table, he said something, gave him a second technical. And he was ejected from the ball game. Harrison Hall hits 2. He's got 2 left.
This is Clinton's best opportunity in a long time for points on the board. He's 3 for 3. Can Harrison make it 4? And then will Clinton get the basketball? 4 for 4 at the line. Okay, this was a 14-point ball game. Now it's at 7, 35-28. Clinton has the basketball. You talk about sometimes a technical foul can change the course of a ball game. Now, can Clinton continue to capitalize on this? But they've cut the Riverview lead in half after 4 free throws made, and now they're going to get the ball.
Also, Robert McCall was the player ejected from the ball game. He's the leading scorer so far tonight for Riverview with 10 points. So not only do they take one of the top scorers out of the ball game with 4.5 minutes left, Jackets have a shot down by 7.
So just when we talked about to open the fourth quarter, I don't know what you do differently to attack this Riverview defense that you've had problems scoring all night. A miss, a rebound, Raiders end up with it. race down the floor, defense back, into the lane. They try to strip it low, and I think that's a foul going to be called on Harrison Hall with 4:07 to go. Only the 5th team foul, and it will be a shooting foul, though. 2 shots for the Raiders. This may be the chance that we hadn't seen earlier. Again, if Clinton can capitalize on this. And the first free throw is a miss.
Well, if Harrison could have got that one to go down, that would have been a 7-point possession.
(35-28), 4:07 to go. The second free throw is up and a miss. Nathan Farmer with a rebound. Over to Lathan Newland.
Also, Yellow Jackets will be shooting free throws from here on. 17 fouls on Riverview.
Jasper Burgess, kind of a step back, and it's a 3. I didn't know if he had his foot on the line or not. 35-31. Well, I don't know that you could have drawn this up minutes ago. They've cut the 14-point lead down to 3. Riverview wants a timeout. 35-31, 3:42 when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Ozark Health is a wonderful diamond in the rough, I call it.
Living in a rural community, having access to healthcare is critical. It has been a blessing to our community.
Not that I want to go to the hospital, this last place that I really want to go, but this is the place I'd recommend to anybody.
There's nothing like the individual care that you get here. It's phenomenal.
Our purpose for being here is to serve people. It fills me with pride that we're able to do that.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, the Clinton bench out of that timeout. It's the most excited they've been able to be since early in this one. Oh, and I thought it might be an offensive foul as they kind of backed away. Farmer missed the shot. Rebound. Jasper Burgess trailing 35-31. Clinton can make it a one-possession ball game. 3:29 to go.
Need a high-quality possession here. Get a high-percentage shot or get to the free throw line.
Up high to Farmer, and Nathan puts it off the glass and scores 35-33.
The Farmers' first 2 points of the night, and they couldn't have been any bigger than that one. They got the Yellow Jackets within 2.
They've outscored the Raiders by 12 here in the third quarter. And a 2-point jumper just outside the lane. That was about a 10-12 footer, 37-33.
Caleb Giles, 7 points for the
game. Good pass.
Now.
Newland down to Alexander. Reverse layup good. Back to 2, 37-35.
Yellow Jackets answer quickly.
Into the lane, travel with the basketball. A little bit long to Clinton with 2:46 to go. They will have a chance to tie or take the lead.
Got to keep pushing. Down 14, cut it to 2. Can't relax. Got to keep pushing. Try to make Riverview play from behind.
Farmer, Burgess, Alexander, Newland, and Hall. Lathan will walk it up. You look at his zone defense by the Raiders. Farmer's at the high post. Near the top of the key, Jasper Burgess. He had a three-pointer moments ago. This time it's a jumper for 2. It won't go. Alexander tries to get the rebound or tip it. It's loose out on the floor. Harrison Hall. I think they're going to be tied up. Or did he get a timeout? Both players go to the floor, and it's alternate possession to Riverview.
They had possession arrows, so now we'll get the next one for the final 2:27. Could come in handy before this one's over.
Clinton in a zone. They want to trap the Raiders. They get near midcourt. Riverview gets around it. On the right side, Lathan reaches in, going to try to take it away, and he ties him up. And just as you said, Clinton gets the next possession just seconds later, seemingly. Lathan Newland with a defensive effort. Clinton back with the basketball. A chance to tie or take the lead.
Second chance again to tie or take the lead. Love to see maybe Jasper get a touch inside the lane somewhere.
Farmer high, Burgess low, breaks out to the left wing, takes the basketball, hands it back to Lathan Newland, lobs it up to alley-oop, and it's tipped away, but into Farmer's hands. Oh, Nathan can't get the shot to fall. Battle for the rebound.
Let it go, let it go.
Out of bounds. It belongs to the Yellow Jackets, just in front of the Clinton bench. A minute 55 remaining.
The backdoor loop pass was short, knocked away, but into Farmer's hands, and Nathan had a shot to tie the game there. Just couldn't get it to go.
And Clinton wants a timeout, trailing by 2 with a minute 55 to go. We'll keep it here.
Like I said, that last possession, too, they were really face guarding Harrison Hall. They're not going to let him get an open look at a three unless that ball gets inside and kicked back out. So that one little change on the Riverview's defense. They're not going to let Hall get a wide open look. But yeah, the Yellow Jackets, this is the biggest quarter of the game for Clinton with 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, 16, 18 points in the fourth quarter. The Yellow Jackets only had 13 points at halftime. And they only had 17 points through 3 quarters. They scored more points in the fourth quarter than they scored the first 3 quarters combined. We just had maybe a little bit of this earlier. They've held Riverview to 6 points here in the fourth quarter. This will be the third possession the Yellow Jackets have had with a chance to tie or take the lead. 1:55 left.
Out of the timeout again. Farmer, Burgess, Hall, Newland, and Alexander. Zach inbound the ball just in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. And we're going to have a foul away from the ball trying to inbound.
That's huge.
Harrison Hall.
That's a holding penalty, holding foul before they threw the ball inbounds. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Harrison Hall.
He'll have a chance to tie Harrison at the free throw line, the senior.
Number 5 was the designated defender against Harrison Hall, and he definitely wasn't going to let him get the ball inbounds.
And he gets the first one to drop through.
I'm not sure if the Jackets have ever led in this one. But you only want to lead when it's over.
And the ball game is tied at 37 with a minute 50 to go on the road at Riverview. Raiders with a basketball. 37 all.
A little pressure on Riverview now for the first time in a long time in this one. Jackets in man-to-man defense.
On the drive, right side, little help. Gets by, shot off the glass, good. 2 points by the Raiders, 39-37, a minute half remaining. Harrison Hall on the drive, splits 2 defenders, goes up for the shot, and Riverview whistled for the foul. So Harrison Hall right back to the free throw line. What he made 4 a while ago on the technical free throws. Did he just make 2 earlier?
He's 8 for 8 in the ball game.
His free throws have made the difference, you'll say, late in this one. And he gets the first of 2, 39-38.
Got such a smooth shot, it doesn't take any time. He just gets it from the referee and goes.
Watching our video stream, I think his dad's off to our right there. That may be a private video that he's recording there tonight of his son Harrison. Brian Hall's off to our right side. Harrison ties it at 39, a minute 20 remaining.
10 for 10 at the line, game tied again.
And we'll see what Riverview wants to do. I don't know if they want to dribble, drive on the left side.
Still man-to-man defense for Clinton.
Clinton aggressive defensively. They knocked the ball out of bounds.
Harley Sawtell, one of their big post players, checked out of the ball game. They brought in a smaller post player. Farmers have a much bigger advantage now on the inside.
Raiders didn't look to change their offensive set on that first 20 seconds. Maybe a lot of time to play for 1. They'll pass inside to the high post, drive, split 2, blocked by Farmer. Newland has it. Clinton has the ball. Cole Gardner wants a timeout. There'll be 48 seconds remaining when we return. Tied at 39. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back, the professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Here we go, 48 seconds remaining, tied at 39. We don't know that Clinton's ever led this one. It's Riverview from the get-go. Clinton trailed by 14. They've come roaring back in the fourth quarter to tie it, and we'll see. We're talking there during the break. Does Clinton maybe try to run some clock, play for one shot? Does Riverview let them do that?
Yes, if they want some type of set play early or try to go for the last shot. A lot of times on the road, you want to run the clock down, go for that last shot, don't give the home team another chance. And this started with 48 seconds. It's now down to 20 seconds. I think you got to go for one now. We got timeouts left if we need them. We're also going to the free throw line if they foul us.
How about this? This is fun. We're down to 10 seconds.
Push it to the basket and force the
Alexander
action.
spins. He's going to shoot and score. 7 seconds. Riverview wants a timeout. A little bit of clock ran. Maybe after the whistle, we're down to 5 seconds remaining. Clinton has taken their first lead of the night. It's 41-39. Riverview will have to go the length of the floor.
Hey, a big shot by Zach Alexander, kind of a turnarounder on the baseline from about 10 feet out. He's got 4 points in the fourth quarter, 6 points for the ball game. And the first time tonight, the Yellow Jackets lead by 2 with 5 seconds left. Riverview takes the timeout. Clinton only has 5 team fouls. You could foul one more time here and not put them on the line. So one of the strategies here, I got to go the length of the floor, throw it in, a couple of dribbles, foul them, make them throw the ball back in a second time. But you look for here, can't let anybody catch the ball over your head. Everybody's got to be a center fielder here. Everybody's got to be caught in front of you down near that free throw line. And so it's wow, what a comeback by the Yellow Jackets. They were down, 14 at one point. And had only scored 17 points through 3 quarters. And now lead 41-39. And this would be a huge win if you could come back and get this one on the road.
Here we go. If you're listening, if you're watching on the live stream, 5 seconds. It may take a minute. Like I said, if we commit a foul here.
Make them catch the ball in front of you. Now Riverview will
what's the timeout?
Defensive alignment, and they'll take a timeout and talk about it here. Also, we got big Nathan Farmer guarding the basket back here. If they get all the way to the basket, Nathan's going to go ahead and just, try to challenge the shot. But those 2 guards at the front look like we had them lined up just on the Riverview side of half court, which is good. That forces Riverview to have to catch the ball, near the free throw line down there, and then maybe come down and foul them. That'd be the 16 foul, and make them throw the ball inbounds a second time. Used to work for a coach at Harding University, one of the assistant coaches, and he had stopwatched that a lot, and he had figured out that it was by the time you foul, throw it back in, catch it, and turn around where you can face the basket, you would use something like 2.5 seconds at the bare minimum. And so, but we'll see what Coach Cole Gardner draws up here. Jace Powers in the huddle over there. And what Yellow Jacket fans have been here tonight. They've had definitely a good time here in this fourth quarter.
So now they'll set for the inbound. Clinton's going to.
If they run toward Clinton's basket, go ahead and let them go. Don't let them catch it running toward their basket.
It's going to be 3 players at midcourt. Lathan Newland will defend on the ball inbound. They'll toss it deep into the corner, and they'll lose control. It's out of bounds.
Yellow Jackets didn't foul, but Riverview threw it out of bounds.
1.2 seconds remaining. Clinton can inbound the ball, throw it down the court. Nathan Farmer's near the defense into Jasper Burgess. They try to foul. The horn sounds. The official says it's over. Riverview players thought they might have got a foul before the clock expired. The officials have left the floor.
Wow, Riverview stunned, had a 15-point lead.
And it appears it's over. Coach Cole Gardner calls his players over to the bench. Riverview there as well. They're going to pick up the stuff. The officials have gone. Everybody else remains in one of the most improbable of wins that we talk about that when we come back from a break, but that maybe we've seen. Clinton stuns the Raiders at the end of this one and win 41-39. Let's take a break back to the studio. When we return, we'll recap, give you some final numbers, and name the first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Tonight's exciting Yellow Jacket basketball action is brought to you in part by these fine Yellow Jacket boosters. By Clinton Stockyards, American Home Pharmacy, Regions Bank of Clinton, by Dr. Miles Hill in the Van Buren County Veterinary Clinic, by Canada Abstract, and by Johnny's Automotive. These fine Yellow Jacket boosters bring you tonight's game. You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
We're back at Riverview, and again, one of the most improbable comeback wins that maybe we've seen in our time broadcasting here for Sid King and Clinton High School basketball, and maybe we can recap how that happened tonight as my colleagues figuring up some final numbers. I'll tell you, before we get to the numbers, when we started that fourth quarter, we trailed by as much as 14. We'd only scored
17 points through 3 quarters.
Through 3 quarters. I thought, I don't know anything differently that Clinton can do on the offensive end of the floor to get into this ball game tonight. Riverview was playing good defense. Clinton was not shooting well. I think you're going to have some numbers to back that up, that even with the win, it was a very difficult shooting night for the Yellow Jackets. Just did not see a way, certainly that they could win the ball game, maybe not even get close again, trailing by 14. And you hear it said in sports sometimes what a momentum swing that can happen. with a technical foul. Now, understand, we're in a large basketball arena tonight. We're with a COVID crowd. We're in a big arena. There's not very much crowd noise, not a whole lot on the benches. There's no added momentum or enthusiasm from anything else besides what's going out on the floor. But you get a technical foul that leads to 4 free throws made by Harrison Hall. It leads to an offensive possession where you score, and suddenly you capitalize on that with more points on the board. you more than double your offensive outpoint in the fourth quarter than you had the previous 3, and you could not see a way that Clinton could get back into this one and win the ball game coming into the fourth quarter. The technical happens, the points fall, and Clinton plays us smart late in the ball game, offensively and defensively, and play aggressively, play well, and they play things out. And good coaching by Coach Cole Gardner, and they get out of here with a conference win.
Yeah, these numbers, you would look at these. I just showed you the numbers, you say, well, you got beat that night because Yellow Jackets shot 9 out of 41 from the field for 22%. And if you remember, they shot 4 of 21 for 19% in the first half. So they shoot 22% for the ball game. But they held Riverview to 12 of 38 shooting. That's only 32%. Riverview shot 35% in the first half. So we kind of pulled that down a little bit in the second half for Riverview. But you're right, the Yellow Jackets scored 17 points through 3 quarters, and they scored 24 points in the fourth quarter, keyed by Harrison Hall, who was 8 for 8 at the free throw line, along with a 3. He had 11 of those 24 points in that fourth quarter. Also, Jasper Burgess chipped in 7. Zach Alexander 4, including the game winner. And then also Nathan Farmer only had 2 points on the night, but they came in that fourth quarter when the Yellow Jackets scored 24, and they held Riverview to 8, and they get out of here with a 41-39 victory. Also, looking back at the turnovers, the Yellow Jackets forced Riverview into 15 turnovers tonight. The Yellow Jackets only committed 8. So if you don't shoot well, you better not turn the ball over. And so they did not turn the ball over, and then they shot their free throws well. As I said, Harrison, in the fourth quarter, the Yellow Jackets were 10 for 10 at the free throw line. They had to have every one of those to get back in the ball game because shooting from the field was tough against Riverview. So they got to the free throw line, hit 10 of 10, and then they were, for the ball game, they were 2, 4, 6, 8. They shot 18 free throws in the ball game, and it looks like they were 16 of 18 at the free throw line. They couldn't score much from the field, but they got 16 points at the free throw line, and that's what proved to be the difference tonight. They say, well, free throws win and lose ball games. It sure did tonight, as the Yellow Jackets hit 16 of 18, and pull up my calculator here. That's 89% at the free throw line tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
So one of those, you talk about even low scoring through 3 quarters, and you talk about not shooting well, but it wasn't one of those nights where the Clinton they were having offensive turnovers, they were taking bad shots, nothing was falling on their own. It wasn't one of those nights. It was what Riverview was doing. It was their defense. Clinton, especially in the second, they had to create almost every shot they got in the second half. They had no open looks, nothing easy. They had to create everything. And when you do that, sometimes those shots are hard to make. So Clinton wasn't forcing errors, and they weren't making any extra errors. Riverview was just really good. Yeah. Until Clinton, that series of events that leads to the win here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets trailed 30-17 going into the fourth quarter, fell behind by 14, and at the 4-minute mark, leading scorer for Riverview, Robert McCall, picked up 2 technical fouls after a walking call. And Harrison Hall stepped to the line, hit 4 free throws in a row, and as you said, that's what started the comeback. And it all ended with a Zach Alexander 10-foot shot down the baseline that gave the Yellow Jackets their first and only lead of the night. And you only have to be ahead when the game's over. That's when it counts. And the Yellow Jackets get out of here with a 41-39 victory. The Yellow Jackets were led in scoring by Harrison Hall tonight with 16, followed up by Jasper Burgess with 14. Zach Alexander, 6 points, 4 of those in the fourth quarter when it was big. Russ Hensley came off the bench tonight in the first half, had 3 points. Where would we be without those 3 points? And Nathan Farmer only had 2 points tonight, but they came in the fourth quarter as As I said, the Yellow Jackets get out of here with a 41-39 win. They're going to go into Christmas now with a 3-1 conference record. Everybody has a loss, so the Yellow Jackets are in first place, maybe tied with a couple of teams with Pangburn, probably Newport, but they're tied at 3-1 going to the Christmas break, and you can't ask for much more than that. And they'll be back in action December the 29th at Yellow Jacket Arena when the senior girls and senior boys will host Lifeway Christian. That tips off at 4 o'clock on December the 29th. And then both teams will travel to Bergman to North Arkansas Community College on January the 2nd. They'll take on Bergman. Those games start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then back in conference play on January the 5th as the Yellow Jackets will travel to Newport. And that'll be a big game now because the Jackets with a 3-1 record could steal one on the road at Newport. They would really be in great shape.
About time for the First Arkansas Bank and Trust Player of the Game. Again, appreciate their title sponsorship of the Player of the Game again this season. Stop in the Northside Shopping Center branch there in Clinton. Tell them you enjoy listening to Yellow Jacket basketball here, especially on a cool Friday night just before Christmas. It's First Arkansas Bank and Trust, a full line of banking products, financial services for you. See what they can do for you. How about tonight? Let's do a double. We had Harrison Hall leading the way on Tuesday night at Greers Ferry West Side. Let's go with Harrison tonight. Free throws, again, those free throws from the technical foul. Did he go 10 for 10 in the fourth quarter?
10 for 10 in the fourth quarter, 12 for 12 in the ball game. No, check that. 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter, 2 for 2 in the third quarter. He goes 10 for 10 for the ball game. But the Yellow Jackets were 10 for 10 as a group also in that fourth quarter.
So Harrison, another good night. Again, playing with his mom says he's not quite 100%. He's still got that ankle injury. This kind of a nurse. You wouldn't know it from his effort out on the floor. And again, he's one of those guys when points are hard to come by. If he can get open, if he can create something, he can score for the Yellow Jackets on the field goals. Tonight, he does it big from the free throw line. And again, those 4 free throws made after the technical and what he did down the stretch with his teammates. Again, one of the most improbable wins that we've seen. Harrison Haller, First Arkansas Bank and Trust Player of the Game.
Yeah, we knew he'd been injured. He was injured last year down the stretch, and we talked to his mom after the Greers Ferry ball game to give us even more details of what it takes for him to be able to get out on the floor and then to get out and to perform like he does. He plays at 100% when his health may not be 100%. And then what a great game. He's so smart on the floor, takes care of the basketball, has a lot of ball handling responsibilities. And then when the Yellow Jackets had to have points, he steps up to the line. Kind of reminded me of the game 2 years ago at Bergman when Craig and Bradley in that fourth quarter at Bergman, I think, hit 12 in a row until he finally missed one. But he gave the Yellow Jackets a 1-point victory that night at Bergman. Tonight, Harrison Hall goes 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter, 10 for 10 on the night, along with 2 3-pointers. And that was just enough to get a win here tonight on the road.
We'll have to catch up with Coach Cole Gardner before the next game and talk to him. We may have to give him an assist tonight on the Player of the Game. Whatever, he kept these guys in it to the end, and just everything played out well strategy-wise too late in that ball game. He gets the win. We'll ask him about that. Well, that's going to do it here on our 4-game night from Searcy, Arkansas at Riverview High School. Certainly glad to have you with us, and we'll look forward to broadcasting with you maybe after the Christmas break. But glad you could be here. And Sid King did message us earlier. I don't know if he's still on. We failed to mention Jimmy Duncan from Bradford, Arkansas.
White County's native sons.
We talked about White
Duncan
County connections and
grew up in Bradford.
That's right. Wrote the stories in the Van Buren County Democrat for Yellow Jacket Sports on that. He might have even broadcast a time or two with Sid King back in the day doing some color commentary. So a lot of connections here in White County, and good to make the trip over. We'll be back in this area January and February as well. Take on some
Rosebud, schools. Harding Academy. More trips to White County.
We'll enjoy it. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be talking to you next time. For Sid King, for Kelsey Robertson, for Huey Morin, our video engineer, for my colleague, I'm Jeff Hall. You've been listening